auditors. 95 auditors. Yeah. 95, man. Come on, man. Oh, yeah. Yo, this some new shit. Come on, it's true. Yeah, 95 today. Yeah. Hello, Kelly. 95, man. Come on. Yeah. 95, sweetie. Yeah. What? 95, 58. So what? It's true.
Yeah. Coast to coast, worldwide. It's the third perspective. We appreciate everybody that tunes in. 9,500 downplays on the podcast. Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, SoundCloud, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast at. You know. What? I keep telling y'all, Racheal don't know nothing about this shit. What? I'm starting to think Jay don't know nothing about these things here. You know what I'm saying?
Also, we got the wrong man. My main man down there. Hey, down there, what's your wife, man? Come here, man. Yeah.
Woo!
One motherfucking, two motherfucking,
three.
Hanging out on the woods.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gotta see y'all at the Black Hole tomorrow night. My man, we had to do a new version for you, brother.
Hey, if you're from any state besides DC, this is what we're talking about, baby. Yeah, no. Ain't nothing about that. Oh.
All the trans crew up in here, ladies.
What?
All right, behave yourself over there, DJ. Come on.
Ladies working the world, boy. You know? Every time I do it, though, I don't know nothing about it. It's just I. You're tuned in to the #1 podcast in the DMV. I am your host, your late night supervisor, dope dealer extraordinaire, DC Zone, Rab, B.I.D. Jones. That's Rabbit for your internet foods. To left and right of me, as usual, my podcast partners, Racheal and OnlyFans J. This is T3P. Now, everybody know I love the black ladies. You know? Healthy, happy, and free for me. I'm black and I'm proud. 9,500 downplays on our podcast. We appreciate everybody that contribute to that. You know what I'm saying, dog? What it do? I appreciate it a whole lot, though. I'm hearing some echoes from somewhere, dog. What we doing? What we doing, Jay? You know what I'm saying, dog?
Double check.
What's happening? You know what I'm saying, dog? You know.
Gotta make sure we can hear Jay.
Let me know what's going on, Jay. Matter of fact, what's going on, player? What you been up to?
Oh, not much. I've been chilling, working the 9 to 5. You know, do a little run around.
Hey, we're podcasting now. What's this? 14 months now, right?
Yeah.
14 months podcasting and 9,500 downplays too for anybody listening. 14 months straight, 2 podcasts a week. And every time I ask y'all what y'all been doing, he's been saying the same shit. All right, what's going on, Ray? What you got going on, Ray?
You know, man. You know what I'm saying? We know we're 9 to 5s. So, of course, it's going to be the same routine out here. We got work to get this money. You know what I'm saying? I went to work for the feds. Interview for the feds. See what's up. You know what I'm saying? I just signed some NDAs, so I can't tell you what that's about. But hopefully everything went well like I anticipated it did. You know what I'm saying? So I keep my feet up, straight 8 hours a day, making good money,
Yeah, now?
That good life right there, you know what I'm saying? I can focus on some other stuff.
That good 9 to 5.
Yeah. Straight 8 hours, no weekends, no overnights, no nights. I need that, you know what I'm saying? But outside of that, everything good, Still working at the plantation. Still getting yelled at, you know what I'm saying? Person called me a homophobic person. I ain't never felt I was homophobic, but okay. I'm just stating facts out here, but if I don't see it your way, I'm homophobic. Okay. I agree to disagree, you know what I'm saying?
Pretty much.
But I appreciate you watching my podcast, though. shout out to let me know you watching it, even though the comments I made last week, I specifically went into what I was talking about, but you took your interpretation off of what I said, and I can't be mad at you. Thank you for listening, though.
This is a podcast. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we appreciate everybody that tunes into us, man. Y'all contribute to us, our growth. You know what I'm saying? These 14 months, we appreciate it a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? We've been through a hot chip, pandemics, the COVID, you know what I'm saying?
Cool.
And I lost everything I owned while we was at it, you know what I'm saying? I lost, matter of fact, I want to thank everybody, man, that helped me out during my issue. I lost my house and shit, you know what I'm saying, in the fire. I just want to thank everybody that donated to me and that helped me get out that situation, you know what I'm saying? So we appreciate it a whole lot. Me and my family, we appreciate it a whole lot. So I just want to make sure I remember to let y'all know how much we appreciate that shit. More and more every time I go through this podcast, I try to make sure y'all, if y'all watching, you know what I'm saying? If y'all listening, y'all, I appreciate everything y'all done for me, especially my family, man. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing that came from me losing everything I own and shit in the fire, right? So like I always say, and when shit is fucked up in life, you at the bottom, if something happened in your life, you gotta make it, you gotta flip it, you know what I'm saying? Try to get the best out of it, you know what I'm saying? While I was at that point. And right now, it's like, I lost everything I own, but by me living with my father, it got my father closer to my son, you know what I'm saying? It got my mother closer to my son, where they wasn't as close before, you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So out of all that, man, that's the only thing that I always wanted, you know, because I just want him to just know his mother. I mean, my mother, my father, you know what I'm saying? And that right here, this time period that's we transitioned looking for a home and shit, it's like the best part of my life is just seeing him enjoying my mother and my father, you know what I'm saying? It's hard to explain that, you know what I'm saying? So I just want to say thank you to everybody, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I've been doing. Still looking for a house and shit, you know what I'm saying? I got to try to get my license. I ain't got my license no more. I lost my title to my car. So I'm really starting completely over in a minute. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really fucked up. But on the flip side, like I said, 9,500 down plays, and my father and my mother is closer to my son. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I look at that. And then I'm gonna find a bigger and better house while I'm at it. You know what I'm saying, Doc? But that's how life is. You know what I'm saying, Doc? You know, real. Since we were talking about, y'all got something to say, Jay? Right. All right. I feel like since you brought that up, right, real.
Yeah, I've been getting a lot of backlash.
So what I want to do is, first of all, it's the Olympics, right? And right now it's like it's a transgender person is trying to be into the Olympics at this point as we speaking, right?
You can't be serious.
Now, my thing is, okay. First, I just want to know how y'all feel about transgenders either playing in female sports or male sports. Either way. Jay?
Well, they should have their own league or their own or their own entity. Just like having a Special Olympics, you know, they got the Special Olympics for a reason. They got the regular Olympics for a reason. They should have their own, you know, the Olympics or their own little sports. That way you won't get confused or get, you know, funny about certain things about these people, about these type of people.
But all right, if you have what is it, transgender Olympics or something? You thinking about what you think it had their own shit? What you saying? What you mean by that?
Yeah, like transgender races, transgender boxing, transgender.
All right, so if they all in one gender by themselves, would it still be Will it still be messed up?
Yeah,
because it still be men against women.
Well, let's put it to you like this: you got
No, I'm saying it'd be still men against women, even if they had their own league. So now it's really a disadvantage.
So let's say, for instance, you got the men's version. Well, the men the men going to females version. You get all the men that's transition to the female.
That's how this thing gets tricky.
Side.
You know what I'm saying?
But how many people in the actual world in different countries got those?
Huh? That's true.
How many people did you know transition? in other countries, not just America. If you're going to be an Olympic.
But see, that's the thing. This
not that
America,
bad.
it's the Olympics. That's a worldwide thing. And some countries probably let a female transition or male transition. They don't give a fuck.
Some countries don't.
Exactly. And some of them probably encourage females to transition to males and just stay in the female sport. You know what I'm saying? So they can win.
But you can't be in it.
Huh?
You can't be in a female sport if you transition.
I mean, obviously they letting somebody do it at this point.
That's against the rules.
Because to be honest with you, it's still, even if you see, they'd be in a disadvantage if they go into a regular Olympics. Let's say for all the transgender men and that's going into the female stages, you have their thing going on. Then you have the women that's transitioning to men. You got their thing going on.
But see, then you're gonna still have a conflict because the ones transition to men,
they're
not gonna want.
You're gonna have a conflict regardless.
Yeah. Pretty much, that's just mixed up.
Anyway you mix it, it's gonna be a conflict.
Fuck yeah, because
anywhere.
So I'm saying is you can't really make a lead for them because that's even more worse than you know what I'm saying, letting them a female in a male joint or a male especially a male and a female. This is like if he don't win all the categories, it's like
I'm about to say you're gonna crush their record.
Hell yeah.
But the opposite is if a female try to do what the male do, she'll never catch up. So that alone proves the theory that they shouldn't be there. The fact that a man lowers his testosterone, get the growth and all that, and he still break every woman's record, lets you know that it shouldn't happen. But vice versa, if a female try to be a man, she'll never measure up. She'll still be always last.
Mm-hmm.
No matter how much she lives, no matter how much the natural male strength is going to overpower her.
Exactly.
And that's shown because if a woman does that, she don't even get close to any records. She at the bottom of the place. But if a man transitions to a woman, he crushing records. He breaking shit that's been set by actual women and dogging it. And that's how it is. But that guy that I'm talking about, he owns a lot of the records and he shouldn't even own.
In New Zealand, I mean,
I don't care what he
that's why I said it's another country. I don't know a New Zealand do that, but they let him break a lot of records over there.
It's a waste of time.
I don't think they should be doing that.
Man. I mean, come on, man. It's right, man. And I get it. You might identify as a woman, but you not.
Because deep down inside, even though the woman is probably like real welcoming, they not really fucking with it. There's a difference when you can welcome it and you fucking with it.
Yeah.
They can't fuck with it because you beating them. I mean, they're welcoming because
that mask, a man, if he lifts like 300 pounds, that's it. There's no women going to be lifting 300 pounds.
Exactly. They can't measure up.
But why do they? I mean, and this is what I'm talking about. It's supposed to be a fair play board to stop this. I'm like, come on, man. Let's be real. You ain't posing on that person's rights and all that. If they felt that way, then they should compete as the man. Even if they identify as a woman, they should still compete as a man.
Exactly.
Now, if you feel like you really want to do it, then prove yourself against men, not chicks. You're not proving nothing. You're proving what we already know. A man will dominate.
I mean, it's like whoopie-doo, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
You don't get no credit from my spit on it.
It's no, you get no points.
Yeah,
It's nothing there. It's nothing there. You get nothing.
Matter of fact, whoever underneath you, that's the actual winner. That's how I see it. The actual need to be in the book, yeah.
I don't know, man. I feel the same thing about Shakira, too, but that's a different topic.
What you mean?
Because I feel like whoever's second in her running up to her qualifying to Olympics should be the one going to Olympics.
That's what she is. That person is.
Ah.
Yeah,
she not going.
So he just disqualified.
She not disqualified either.
Her is the winner.
That's like Shakira disqualified.
Yeah, they took.
No, she disqualified for the race
for the Olympics. Yeah,
it's done.
But when they chose,
but what I'm saying is the person that lost,
they left her out.
For her to qualify for that person that lost should have been taking her spot.
How you feel?
The second,
in fact, that person should have.
Did she get dusted?
That person, yeah.
Did she get
but
dusted?
She was on the weed, man.
Okay, so weed is a performance enhancing
Hey,
drug?
we don't know.
Is it weed a performance enhancing drug?
No, the problem is you should be on your natural state. I don't give a fuck.
I get what you're saying, but
that's it.
Is it been known?
We don't know.
To
we don't know.
Push your muscles.
It might twinkle your toes a little more than what you.
Your toes.
You know what I'm saying? Your toes might get twinkled. Way more than the normal motherfucker when you smoke. We don't know.
That's the reason why she gave that girl a head start and still walked her down.
You might be numb when you might run faster.
So
when
that's
you
the
never
reason why
know.
she gave her that head start, right? She danced gave her a head start and then turned the Jets on and walked her.
If I came in second, I want my chip.
No, you lost.
I want my chip.
You lost.
I want my chip. She was on
You was
the
a loser.
weed, man.
You're a loser.
She was on the weed.
I had
Still dusted me.
I had a discussion with a nurse about this. You know, one of the medical people, and I said, "Why don't the Olympics make marijuana legal into the field?" She said,
"Why would they do that though?"
They said they can't because what it does is go hide other drugs that's inside.
Why would they? What?
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying?
Why would that weed be legal? Why?
Weed already legal everywhere.
Yeah. What they gotta do with anything?
In the country that she serves is weed's legal.
No. Y'all missing the point. Y'all missing it. This is the Olympics, right?
Okay.
This means you at your natural state got sling the ball. You got use your stick as a pole. It's natural. You natural as a human being. This is the games are for. That's what Olympics. That's the name Olympics about.
Okay, so you saying weed is not natural?
No,
it's bad for your body.
No, you just put something in it.
No. I'm trying to figure out where you're going with this.
No.
Weed is not natural. Weed is bad for your body.
Weed is God grown.
Okay,
weed
makes regular
nothing to do with anything.
Did it make you
the problem is you are trying to go to the Olympics, right? The Olympics mean you at your natural state and your physical body ability have to beat whoever you doing, running, throwing, whatever the fuck you doing. It gotta be natural, right?
Weed is natural.
No.
Especially when you're stimulating your mind.
It's from the earth, right?
None of that's natural.
It's an herb, right?
It's not a natural vitamin.
I just want to know.
It's not a natural
performance enhancer.
It's not a natural vitamin.
Only thing I'm concerned about is performance enhancers.
No. You can't just
HGH.
You can't do that. You can't just think about that.
Them check women look big as shit.
No. Like this motherfucker
and roll around and all that. I mean, you on that? You on that Ivan Drago shit where your muscles huge as shit and your stamina increase? You on that? You know what I'm saying? If weed has a particle that we don't know nothing about,
we don't know.
You don't know.
The problem is
we
don't know.
You've been growing it. You've been doing all that. You don't know about your weed.
You think gonna let you be on heroin?
Yeah, heroin too. If you can outrun a motherfucker on heroin, you're a bad dude. If you can smoke a piece of rock cocaine,
now you
can outrun a motherfucker,
that's
you're a bad motherfucker.
Now, if I come in second, I need my chip.
You know?
But see,
I need my chip if I come in second to you.
See, here's the thing about that.
I need my chip up off you, dog. Because all I'm doing is eating oranges, bananas, and running, nigga. And I want to meet you at the Olympics. You putting shit in your body, nigga. That's a problem.
So you said
I would have won if you ain't put that shit in your body.
So you said we performing that.
If you ain't put that cannabis in your body, you would have been flying past my ass.
Unless you get rubbed down with CBD.
You would have flew past me, nigga.
Yeah, you sure?
I was just on regular oranges and berries. Like my man coming to America. I'm on juices and berries, motherfucker.
So you saying
you come in this bitch on the weed, man.
The weed got particles and
come on, man. Nah, I don't want to know all that. No. Okay. Same thing with man. Transition. What
indica makes you help. Indica helps you sleep.
Huh?
Indica helps you sleep. The sativa is a calming side.
All that it does. All that.
Of the
That's
marijuana.
The problem. You shouldn't be doing enhancing things now.
Caffeine enhancing.
If you smoke weed, and what happens to you when you smoke weed? You laugh.
You get high.
You concentrate a whole lot more.
You getting hungry.
Now that what I just say. You concentrate way more. Did I tell you that?
Yeah.
Y'all catch that one? All right. You concentrate way more off the weed, man.
So even if you smoke,
so all right, you disqualified because you use something to concentrate with, nigga.
I know.
So you saying the concentration is a
I know.
Oh fuck yeah!
I know weed make you concentrate.
It's more than your physical joint concentration.
I know weed make you concentrate when you fuck. I know that much.
So you telling the audience out here that you can smoke it 27 days ago and you're gonna still be able to concentrate 27 days later?
Huh?
So you smoke it at the beginning of the month. By the time you take your test or trial, you know what I'm saying? You got remnants in your system. But you still concentrating, right?
We don't know.
No.
It
I thought the effects of the weed only happen when you inhale.
As long as it's
when you inhale, it's
in
your
system.
Once it's out of your
It's
system,
doing what weed do.
that just means last to you.
It makes you laugh, relax you. You concentrate like a
If
motherfucker.
it's like that, then why motherfucker smoke so many joints every day?
That's why.
If it was one joint do that, why you smoke 8 joints a day?
That's why most artists gotta be high when they do their paintings and shit.
Okay, yeah,
we
but
concentrate.
So you said she smoked right before the race then?
She must did.
No, she did.
No, she's not smoking.
No,
she's doing edibles anyway.
She was doing edible. Oh yeah, so she ate that what a month ago?
She's doing edibles.
And it was still in her system.
Huh?
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, she ate it a few
2 weeks.
Yeah, that's a long time.
Yeah,
So what you're saying is the effects still last 2 weeks later?
Yeah, edibles. Yeah,
Yeah,
edibles might be longer.
You sure about that? You sure about that?
Edibles might be longer than 30 days.
Professor Rabbit, you sure about that?
Edibles might be longer than 30 days.
If that's the case, then why the motherfuckers use it so much?
Easy. Good 45 to 2 months easy with the edibles. Yeah.
So you
I know when I had an edible. I know when I had an edible.
That shit in your system.
I looked on the package on the joint. The joint said 800 milligrams
Of
THC.
knocking you out.
Of THC.
And you gonna run faster and be smarter, nigga.
And we later, how you feel? A week later, no use of the cannabis. How you feel? OnlyFans.
No.
Right?
That's not the thing. That's not what
it
we're
was in the
saying.
blood system. But
He's not trying to be in the Olympics though.
Yeah, he
You see what I'm
was.
saying?
So see, look, I took a piece of it. That's about 400. It was about this. It was like a nerds. It was a nerds Twizzlers type joke.
You probably was smizzat.
Okay, for
I
that
was
day.
fucked the shit for a day and a half.
Day and a half. Okay. After that day and a half, how was you after that?
Probably smizzed.
So you still focused after that? A day and a half.
That's not the
I
point.
was-
That's not the point. That's not the
I
point.
was
That's not the
back
point.
in
That's
the
not the point. That's not the
Point
point.
right there.
We're not talking about time limits.
Yeah, but
We're talking about what it do to you. That's it.
You saying you concentrate.
That
more.
shouldn't be in your body.
I know it concentrate more for me when I smoke than fuck.
Okay. So what you're saying is we should be illegal then.
It's like
I ain't saying all.
Sky and
If you trying to get Olympics, yeah.
No.
For Olympics, yeah.
No. The fact that you can't do anything,
NFL,
nah,
Olympics, all that.
all that, this shit shows
You see,
that we should be
about-
illegal then.
You gotta be like Ricky Williams and say fuck it.
Nah, you can't be smoking weed.
Nah, the
You gotta be
NFL,
like Ricky Williams and say fuck it.
the
I'm out.
NFL actually
Like I
passed.
Your man Rabbit,
The
having a
next
cannabis
piss-
smoker said we
piss
should be
weed.
illegal. Don't forget that, y'all.
NFL that actually
Yeah.
let you piss weed.
So yeah, your
Huh?
man Rabbit said
Yeah,
we should be
NFL
illegal.
let you piss weed. It was something that they put in there. They slid in there last year, and then next thing you know, my man Randy Gregory on the team. I was like, how the fuck you back on the team? They passed something in there that because that I don't know if y'all remember Randy Gregory. Randy Gregory was the one that was on YouTube or Instagram, I think, and he was he had a blunt in his hand. He said, "What? Fuck that NFL for me." He was blowing
Now-
out that motherfucker.
Now, first of all, it's 9 transgenders that's trying to be in the Olympics this year.
That's disgusting.
Not the only one.
He said that.
Disgusting.
He's not the only one.
They are shams, right? He, she.
I don't know what you're saying. I don't know what you're talking about when you
You
do that.
do know what I'm talking about. They all men who want to be women. They
Confuse me on
he.
that one. It's either he or her.
They.
It's no, I don't know what you're talking about when you do that.
You know
Yeah,
what
first of
I'm
all,
saying?
His name is
It's a
okay. It's
female with a
Laurel
dingling.
Herbert or Laura Herbert. Now this is from New Zealand, right? It's a petition to stop transgender athletes from competing with biological women at the Olympic Games. Has generated more than 21,000 signatures.
That's enough right there.
Jeez, that's a lot.
That is like.
And then
that's-
this is women's weightlifting competition at the Summer Olympics in Tokyo. Now, the committee rules transition 8 years. All right, first of all, Main Man transitioned 8 years ago. Now, when you say transition, we're saying remove the vagina and basically making your sexual characteristics female, really, basically. Right? Y'all agree?
Yeah, man, John.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You got man, John. Shout out to
They
this
basically
nigga.
turn the clitoris into a penis.
Yeah, and vice versa. The penis
I thought they
Can you say penis on YouTube?
Yeah, you can. You say penis.
I've been saying all type of shit since
I
the
know I've
beginning. I don't
seen-
know why I stopped.
I know I've seen the jump on MTV. You know, MTV be having some wild shit that be coming on sometimes. They had a female that got a penis attached to from
Somebody else?
from a
See,
dead
that's
guy.
disgusting.
From a dead guy.
He don't need it no more. Fuck it. He want to. There you go.
So what they did was they attach some type of attach the nerves and all that some type of way.
Now the International Olympic Committee,
there you go.
The IOC policy specific conditions under which those who transition from male to female are eligible to compete in female category. Among them is that athlete has declared her gender identity is female and she can be in it.
Oh,
now
that's not
for
fair.
sporting purposes for a minimum of 4 years. Yeah,
that's not
yep.
fair.
Okay, saying he wanted to go play the WNBA.
Now the athlete must also demonstrate that.
Man.
Now hold on, the athlete must also demonstrate that her total testosterone level is below a specific measurement for at least 12 months prior to her first competition.
Damn. Now you got it's requirements for this shit.
Jeez. So you gotta be under the levels of testosterone for a female for a year before you can apply for it.
You know you got medicines to drop your shit, right?
Huh?
They can raise your testosterone, they can drop it. You know you got medicines for that, right?
But don't they?
But but see, they got Olympic
No.
doctors go around checking your ass at all times, though.
Yeah, it don't matter, but all they're saying is they can drop the level. That's your blood shit. They want you to throw your blood. How are you gonna do it with your muscle? Testosterone, you need it, but you don't. I mean, you work out and all that.
But all right, so if you say 12 months in order to compete and self-identify as a woman, right? I mean, this ignores the physical part, the physical advantage of speed, height, stamina, and strength as a male. It's like you skipping that.
No, they know it's there. They think if you act like a bitch because you got low testosterone, it's gonna hurt. But that ain't gonna hurt. You already, like you say, you're already born with the natural. That already gives you an advantage. I don't care how much you do.
Huh?
You already got a natural advantage because
Yeah.
And nothing you can do medically is gonna change that.
No.
Your muscles still gonna be bigger. Your doing still gonna be stronger, and your levels of testosterone, that's just blood shit. You might feel feminine, but you're gonna still be stronger than them.
I know, because you're a man.
So at this point, it's stupid. It's the pushing the agenda on you motherfuckers. That's why I decided to boycott the Olympics. Yeah, I can't do that.
There's 21,000 petitions. My problem is, all right, I want to be clear first. It doesn't matter to me if you change to a duck or a fucking, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? It does nothing to me. I love the ladies. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to take care of those while you doing all that funny shit. But,
He said, can't say that, dog.
even if you transition, nobody cares, right?
Yeah, basically.
It's just when you get into competition.
Yeah, we got kids.
If I have a daughter and me and my daughter been eating fruits and berries for the last 2 years and been watching film, been in this joint busting her ass trying to lift weights and be the strongest female on earth, and you as a male step in my shit, I'm mad. I don't give a fuck if you start calling yourself her, him. I don't care. None of that don't matter because I'm gonna be mad because you're a man. Period. So me and my daughter gonna have an issue. If I come in second, I'm gonna want my chip.
You don't want your shit?
I'm gonna tell all these motherfuckers. If I come in second, I want my chip with y'all asses. You and what's her name smoking weed. I want my chip. So if I'm behind her, weightlifting, guess what? I want my chip ASAP. That's a man. Y'all can't tell me. No, I don't give a fuck. A young one 12 months under testosterone. You know what I'm saying? It's still a man. And most of that is like you said, medical.
Yeah, you can't change that shit. It's inside your DNA. Come on, man. Let's be real here. It's called fair competition for a reason. How is that fair? How does you, the person, will want to do that? You're not getting glory. If I'm in the crowd, I'm spitting on you.
And that nigga need to get some motherfucking. First of all, he can't have no baby. Can't go on a period.
None of that. They got to deal with all that.
Can't have thyroids.
You know?
I mean, get the fuck. You can't. Ask the doctor to give you some of that. You know what I'm saying? You don't want no thyroids, none of that, do you?
They got compete.
That's girl shit. You want girl shit, yeah. What about that vagina smelling? And you got to take care of that thing. What's wrong with you? You want that part too? Ask the doctor for that, nigga. Don't just get to looking like it. Get all of it, nigga. Get all the works, motherfucker. Yeah. But have that shit bleeding every month, motherfucker. How about that, motherfucker? Yeah. How many niggas would like that?
Nah, I'm good.
You know what I'm saying? I bet they skipped that part.
Oh yeah, you don't have to do all
They
that.
be like, you know what? Just skip the bloody part and
Yeah.
make me every month. I will
Yeah.
skip that.
And
I won't be all the way a girl. You know what I'm saying, dog?
And no cramps.
Make your mind. You want to be a, if I'm the doctor, I'm standing like, nigga, you still won't be, you want to be a girl, all right? Don't let me stop now. You have to bleed every month. that's in documents, nigga. You read the document, small print, motherfucker. You bleed every month when I finish, nigga. Fuck wrong with you. You're not getting away with that. You're going to have a period just like them motherfuckers. You're going to take this punishment, nigga. And guess what? You're going to drop a load, too. You're going to get everything they get, nigga. Fuck wrong with you. You want to be a girl, nigga. Then you going to just look like one motherfucker. Take the whole thing. You won't be the girl, motherfucker. Fuck wrong with you. Thyroids, the whole nine. Take it. You know what I'm saying? Don't have half the plate. You know what I'm saying, dog? Yeah, you want to just get half the plate. Just make my cheekbones and take the vagina. No. You will have periods too. You know what I'm saying? No. You dropping 9-pound babies too, motherfucker. How about that one? Fuck wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? That's what the doctor needs to do. Tie your ass down and really make you a girl, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Until then, stay your ass in the men's weightlifting joint. Stop fucking playing. It's nobody that fucking dumb. All right? And who will send a girl to a joint when your dumb ass walking in? Like, who doing that? Who will sit there doing it after that shit like that? It's a man. He's going to be stronger than him. Literally, I don't care what you do. All the training in the world ain't gonna stop that.
Nope.
So what are we doing then?
And if you,
Hoping he slept? Like, what the fuck are we doing? You know what I'm saying?
and if you're a female, because you got different Olympic games, so the other, what about boxing?
I don't hear them getting in the box. You heard that? When they getting hit directly, I don't know they want that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Boxing
They gonna do it.
boxing is in the Olympics. I think
The same thing for me, females too.
I think you'll
You want to be a male?
Oh,
Just go all the way through it. You know what I'm saying?
I think
You don't want to do that.
I think they got. I'm not sure if they got UFC in there.
Bro, stop looking at my
Get
girl
these
like that.
sensitive balls. You know, let somebody kick you in these balls and let your ass squish over for a half hour. You know what I'm saying? With no breath in you. How about that one, ladies? You ain't never felt that one, did you? You know what I'm saying? Oh, somebody kicking your balls? Doc, give her those. You know what I'm saying? She won't be a man. He's transitioning, motherfucker. Give her the balls, motherfucker. She take the balls too. You know what I'm saying? She take that pain. You know what I'm saying? She takes all that. You know? We ain't got a lot of problems though. We just take somebody kicking in the balls. That's the issue. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, once the broad takes that, they ain't got no whole bunch of issues like a dude transitions to a girl where you got periods, thyroids, babies, the whole nine.
Sensitive booze, cramps.
Niggas is blasted in you.
They fine with that. They take up their anus all day.
Niggas blasted all in you. You know what I'm saying? Nobody gonna blast in him. You know what I'm saying? That ain't happening. Like, I don't know. Come think of it. I don't know.
Say, yeah, you look like a bottom.
A bottom of what? The ocean? Fuck. Say the bottom.
He the bottom, dog.
Fuck out of here. But like I said, I don't have no problem with white transcends into whatever the fuck they want to transcend into. For real. It doesn't matter. It's a competition. It's when you blocking my daughter from doing what she want to do. That's when you cause it's fucking me up when you do that. Other than that, you can go transition to whatever you want. A cow, whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? Do your thing. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got nothing to do with it. You know?
I don't know why they just say even though you're transitioning, you got to compete as what you were born as. That would make it real simple, wouldn't it?
Leave it as that.
Yeah, basically. So yeah, you transition woman, we get you and all that. We got this private little unisex bathroom right here for you to change and all that. But here, when you go up the lace, you with them niggas over there.
And I don't give a fuck how low your testosterone is.
Yeah, you have that shit high or low. It's up to you.
None of that matters.
Yeah, basically, they can control
like I said, until you have a baby, thyroids, periods,
there you go.
That's when you tell me you a bitch. All right? I bleed in. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no nigga on earth gonna look at you like, nigga, stop playing, man. I ain't with all that. If you doing all that, you know what I'm saying? If you having babies, periods, and thyroid problems, ain't no nigga gonna say, all right, man, nigga, you ain't no girl. We gonna let you have it. You a girl. You know what I'm saying? You're a girl. But other than that, you can't do all that, right? Sure. That's it. Everything you do is cosmetic. Literally. So, but that's personal. You know what I'm saying? So, once it's not personal is when you go into the Olympics. That's when it's not personal no more. It's over for interpretation now. Literally, because I'm not going to let you hurt my daughter. Out there lifting 700 pounds, nigga. What I'm about to send her out there and try that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Or
Fuck
go
outta
out,
here.
or go out and boxing. Transgender boxing.
Yeah,
Not good, not
they got a
good.
box though. You know what, bro? Why you looking at my shit? Look at YouTube shit.
You know?
One little jump. It's game over.
Game, no fuck over.
It's real quick.
And I think UFC joined, MMA joined the Olympics a couple years ago, the last year.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another issue.
Fuck that.
I was a man going to get. I'm like, man, get out of here, man. What the fuck is you even here for? I'm like, yo, you wasting your time, man. Go ahead, man. You ain't a real nigga, man. Go ahead playing with a female.
I told you, until you drop a load, nigga, get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying?
I just don't agree with it. I think that everybody's trying to say it's okay. It's okay to be you, but not to be competitive like that. If you want to be competitive, I respect you more. You say, you know, hey, I identify as a woman, but I'm gonna play with the men. I respect you more. You want to split them. You know what I'm saying? But like you said, you over there with the chick side. You know what I'm saying? It's disgusting because you're gonna break shit. Your weakest is gonna be their top.
Yeah. It's just like nobody can clap for that.
You know what I'm saying? That's like saying, okay, well, we're gonna even odds that we'll let y'all take the HGH. Even on that, they still ain't gonna catch you. You know what I'm saying?
You ever seen a motherfucker just run the race and everybody just quiet, like in church? Like, nigga, nobody give you no claps for that, nigga. Fuck around with you. You supposed to beat these girls, nigga. Fuck around with you. Especially with weights. A girl might outrun you.
Yeah,
But weights?
yeah, nah.
Like, why would you let a man be in weights?
Yeah, I don't get
I
that.
already think that's just tough.
Nah.
Well, what you think, Jay, before we move on to that, Jay? Because that don't make any sense.
It
The
doesn't
whole
make
thing is
sense.
odd, yeah.
It doesn't make sense. It's odd. If you have a man and he, you know, transitions as a female and he lifting 800 pounds, shit that she ain't gonna lift.
Yeah, they ain't doing that. That's just out the way.
This is the world we live in.
You know?
Y'all
It's happening like that.
They keep pushing this.
But the other thing is, the world community, the Olympics, the committee is like based on different cultures, different
Yeah, it's different in countries and shit.
countries.
But everybody don't want to be sued because then when you say no, you can't compete. That motherfucker was like, "Well, you deny me my right to compete," and I get that, but they can easily just say you got to compete as what you were naturally born as. But then they gonna come back and say, "Well, I identify as this."
That's the word. The key word is identify.
That's what they identify
That's
as.
the thing.
what
It's
I
not
am.
biology.
Yeah, but I'm like a competition. That should be underlying state. You got to compete as what you were born as. If you want to dress up in drag and all, like you say, cosmetic shit, we don't give a fuck. But you got to compete as what you did.
It's funny because everybody know I on the barbershop cut hair and shit. But I've been cutting this little girl since he been like 11, right?
It's not good.
And over the last few years, he been transitioning to a man.
From 11,
Nah, he like 17 now.
still too high.
So he transitioned like 18. He going to college and shit. So he like almost at the end of the stages and shit. So I'm literally watching him as I'm cutting his hair. Years going by, him literally turning into a man in front of me. You feel me though? Like every time you come in, it's more and more of a man. You know what I'm saying? It's just even the voice lunched me out the other day when the last time he came in. I don't know if they called him a him or what the fuck. But the last time,
Voice deeper than mine.
the last time the voice just made me say him. Like
Yeah, too.
Walk in and be like, "Yo, what's up?"
it was just like that now.
Yeah.
Literally, though. And I
Motherfucker,
started
deeper
off
than mine.
with this person. It was a pure girl getting little undercuts, and now it's just I don't know how. It's just funny how that we was talking about that. And it's dawned on me that's happening now, right now, and before my eyes. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy. The beard coming in and all that now. It's like got all this right here now. Wow, it's amazing.
That's not real beard.
Nah, yeah, it's hair now.
It's real beard. Or
It's just growing hair now. I think it's from the hormone pit.
It's the hormone.
Yeah, she got hair all right here now. She got a whole. You can shape it up now.
So you had to fight it. You think you win?
It is literally look like a boy now.
All right, I'm just saying.
So it just made me look at it like, damn, yeah.
So yeah,
They really do that, yeah.
Who you think going?
It's funny because it should look like my daughter at first. I used to always say, you like my daughter? You know what I'm saying? I like my daughter. Like me.
See, I know about that.
Like me, man.
That's funny.
If you're new, this is the podcast for the 9 to 5ers, the average Joes. We get that take on all trending topics, sports. Even though we say wrestling, the wrestling I don't know, dog. My son don't even watch it no more, and we call that the third perspective. I don't know, man. Wrestling, I don't know what's going on here. You know what I'm saying? It just once kids is not into. I ask kids a lot about wrestling and shit. It's not into it. You know what I'm saying? You know, when I was coming up, kids was big into wrestling. You know what I'm saying? It ain't that no more. You see you smell what the rockets cook. That shit was on. They love that shit. You know what I'm saying?
I got 2 words for you.
And the Cena shit, I don't know why they love Cena, but they just love Cena and shit. It's like,
Dun, 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 dun.
yeah. Then we try to play like he's a rapper and all that shit.
Shit.
But that
They love Cena at a certain point to CM Punk expose the industry.
Yeah.
When he started exposing the industry, shit start flipping. People start getting turned off. Cause he basically is right. He said it's no longer wrestling is no longer a show. It's just politics. And he's right.
who said that?
CM Punk, like he used to do them pipe bombs.
Yeah.
I also think that Stephanie and Hunter Hearst Henry let the lead down. You know what I'm saying? They couldn't manage it without Vince going through something. And you could tell Vince didn't put it like it was. You know what I'm saying? Probably on HGH and all that steroids he took, fucking with him, man. But you're gonna have to pay the price. I think Stephanie and Hunter couldn't really run the business. They let the shit spiral out of control. And it's hard to groom talent. They don't build storylines. They don't have the good writers no more. They don't have the pure athletes no more.
Then the people, they've been releasing people lately. And like the last batch of people they released their best people. Braun Strowman, Aleister Black. I haven't been really watching it, but like, the highlights that pop up on my phone and some shit. Or, WrestleMania, be popping up.
You said WrestleMania.
That's what it's called.
I mean, it's just, you don't want people around that don't want to be there. You're going to keep doing that all the time.
Exactly.
So, if a person don't want to be there, you ain't going to do that. So, they say, oh, yeah, we don't want to be there. You let them know. Fuck it. Go do you. Ain't no other leagues out there. AEW ain't doing that much better. And the shit that come on Saturday ain't that good. Or was that Friday night? I don't know. I'll be getting it mixed up. I don't always catch it. I'm like, what is this garbage?
And then next, didn't I notice they've been crossing over wrestling companies, AEW and TNA.
They keep bringing back old wrestlers. Fuck you bringing back Christian Ford. This nigga's old.
There's another old motherfucker I seen him like, no.
Big Show. They brought back.
Definitely don't want to see Big Show.
They did Mark Henry.
That's with Chop.
He going over TNA. Sting, and he can't even wrestle no more. He retired.
It's crazy that everybody look just as old as Hogan now. Hogan still looks the same. Them niggas look like as old as Hogan and shit. Like, what the fuck?
Hogan hit 45 and he grow old after that.
Like Big Sexy and shit, they look older than Hogan now. And what's his name?
X-Pac.
X-Pac and
Six pack.
them niggas look terrible, man.
Damn, I forgot 1, 2, 3 Kid, the Lightning Kid, X-Pac.
They look terrible, man.
Lightning Kid, 1, 2, 3 Kid. Then who was it? X-Pac, 6, and 6-pack.
Oh yeah, 6-pack.
They don't take care of themselves. X-Pac was some drugs bad.
Yes,
He's
he
a
did.
fuck China. Just beat the shit out of him.
Yes, he did. Constant.
It both ways.
I'm about to say he dipped that jump down. How he did that? That's a big joint right there.
And it was on video.
You dig down China? You dig down Lizzo? All right, shout out to my girl Lizzo.
But see, the thing about China, her body was transitioning at that time. I don't know if y'all noticed that.
Who?
China.
Oh, so Xbox X?
No.
I'm just saying.
When she first started off, she was muscular. Then, and the attitude, the top of the attitude when Vince bought, when the WCW people start coming over, if you notice China, she had some stuff done to her face. Her face was starting to look more fuller and a lot less muscular. I don't know if y'all noticed that, but yeah.
She started getting I kind of lose it for you. Like Lil Kim said, she got beat up so much, that's why she altered her face and all that. I mean, come on, man. Your body is your scars. Everybody gonna have scars on it. That make you you. You try to fix that and it don't work right, it just fucks you up. Like, you wasn't all that, Lil Kim, but damn, you did look decent. You was smashable. You know what I'm saying? You had a motherfucking, you drink shit on a regular.
You know?
They had you in the hospital getting your stomach pumped, so that was always a plus.
Speaking of Lizzo,
Yeah, that's my baby.
I know everybody caught that motherfucking video of this bitch.
Yeah, I sure did.
This bitch doing what the fuck she was doing? I don't think of.
What video was this?
Y'all gotta follow her Instagram. That's one thing about Lizzo. Follow her Instagram, man. She be on some.
She be on some regular shit. I mean, her boobs sagging. She need to get them lifted. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like some pancakes out there. Fake pancakes. But yeah, she's still my baby. You know what I'm saying? I had to throw some syrup on them, so suck them down. But yeah, it's on some pancakes.
I don't know if that was a dance or what the fuck that was.
That's her just being sexy. You know what I'm saying?
She was being what?
She was being sexy until you come for that ride.
What was it? What dance was it?
Wait.
Yeah. She was telling you, come on in the back of this room. She's trying to be sexy. That big old one right there. Wanna go,
Wow.
Nah, that ain't the picture right there. You gotta do that Instagram though. But yeah,
You said it ain't a
one.
bitch.
You know you wanna go be breezy up in there.
She was doing some dance, Jay.
Tipping on tippy toes.
Yeah.
Swinging that big old one.
Be careful now. I don't want you to get your creamers when you get on with that big that big Lizzo joint. What's wrong with you?
That's what's up, you know.
They shiny like donuts too.
You know. Hey. Little type rocky road.
And when you pop the top, the panties drop.
She got that.
Yeah, I'm over these big boys smash. I already know Jay gonna smash. You know?
She got that hostess thing going.
Oh my god, the
Hostess
cupcake body.
Brad gonna slide right up in it.
Hostess cupcake imprint body. What's wrong with you, Slim? Like you got icing all on the side of her ass. Just shine. No, it look like birthday cake. She like a chocolate birthday cake.
That's what's up. Give me a piece.
She literally like a chocolate birthday cake.
I'm gonna give me a piece.
She look like a done turkey.
And that she was doing, that shit was just crazy. Whatever the dance she was doing was crazy.
That hot step.
Like a done turkey.
Yeah, with her knees knocked kneed and shit. You know, she just looked crazy.
Like a Cornish hen.
Yeah, she did. She ate 2 Cornish hens.
Stop chunky bashing out here. I'm not Josh.
No, it do look like she ate 2 of them though. So that's not bashing nothing. That's stating facts, yeah.
Or 2 niggas.
Like she ate 2 people.
She said, don't worry about her. She got somebody in Minnesota Vikings that like it.
2 little people, huh?
She said somebody in Minnesota Vikings like it. So don't worry about her.
God.
Probably Adam Thielen.
And shouts out to it's a little girl, little person that's on Little Woman Atlanta, man. She's from DC. I'm trying to get you on the podcast. I appreciate if you watch the corner podcast. You know what I'm saying? It's just that's from me to you before you become a star. Because I recognize people before they become stars on reality shows. And she coming from DC, right? But she the star of the show. Take away from DC part because I'm gonna make her a star because she's from DC, right? But let's take that away. She the star on the show. You feel me?
How you feel?
So I'm figuring 2-3 years from now she will be blown up.
How she a star of the show?
She a little people though.
Ain't sure I gotta do it.
She the star of the show. So I already know that. I mean, not far as contracts and who been there longer. But this is her first year there on it. And she more dynamic than everybody. She more fresh. She more in tune to the internet. You know what I'm saying? Than the ones that's on there, man. You know? Huh? They got her name. I can't even pronounce it. No. But she a little person. She real chocolate little joint too. Yeah.
Chocolate.
Yeah, she is chocolate.
So you bang a little joint, you won't bang a little.
Nah, I don't be no little joint. Start thinking, I gotta go jail.
You would make a little person,
Yeah, start looking for the
Hey,
cup.
she
Like, where
older
my cup at, dog? Put these joints on. I just feel like it's a girl. It feel like it's a baby. Yeah, put these on. What cell I go to, dog?
Hey, stop that. Hey, they bang little people all the time.
What cell I go to, man? Shit,
Nah,
I can't do it.
why not, man? That woman 40 years old, man. You about to dog that.
I know they be that age, but
Yeah, they take all that, yo. They say,
No,
we got you.
huh?
She said she gonna take all that.
Bitch, please.
That's it. That's all, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, little people there, they
Niggas said they gonna take all
they
that.
gonna take all that.
Mirror.
I don't know.
Tomorrow.
Atlanta Housewife. She real small. This little young
Mirror.
That's 8. That's where it is. Starts with an 8.
You bang that right there.
I think Jay hit that joint.
OnlyFans Jay fake
But she
it out
real
here.
talented. Can you pronounce her name? I'm gonna have to look her up.
I feel bad if I did.
Try to pronounce it.
But you know what? I seen her in real life though.
She around yeah. That's what I'm trying to tell you. She be in that Altamore and shit. All right, look.
I seen
Let
her.
me see what it is.
This is where I seen her at.
Hey, what is it? 8 what?
I seen her at Washington Hospital Center when
What's the joint?
I was in the emergency room. This is where I seen her at.
What's her name?
AYE.
Oh, AYE.
That A that's
I
mirror.
got little person. She is though. I should put her up on it. Yeah, she from DC, man. I just want to put on. I want to know that I see you, dog. You know what I'm saying? Before you blow up. No. We ain't doing that. We ain't doing that.
Hey, Jay.
That'd be awesome. Freak show.
What's wrong? Oh, that's what's up right there. Yeah. Lizzo and a little person. Hey, that's what's up.
Awesome freak show.
Yeah.
Trippers, little midget, and fucking what's her name?
For Lizzo
in this.
together. Oh man.
Shit.
Hey man, yeah, I'm a happy man. Dog. I'm good.
Somebody getting smashed for real.
Not good at all. Not good.
Flattened like a pancake.
Nah, you'll be doing tag team off the road. You know what I'm saying? You know, all types of shit.
Yikes.
Yeah, with Earthquake and Rey Mysterio.
Not the Lizzo though. That's how Lizzo will be chasing that nigga around the room.
What's up? That's good.
Lizzo, nigga scraping the walls and shit.
Yeah. I'm like, go ahead and make me some of these while I get ready for
Yeah, she definitely gonna make you something.
That's what's up. You know
Not gonna have to worry about that at all.
You know what I'm saying? While you make me something, I'm gonna take you to the switch stack over.
I think somebody hit her car.
Who? You definitely ain't gonna have to worry about that. For sure. That's definitely covered.
That ain't true. Always true though.
Huh?
Some big joints that can't cook.
Nah,
They can
yeah.
order some shit. But they
Nah. All big joints cook.
Nah. I've been led astray.
All big joints
I've been led
cooking,
astray.
man.
I
Jay.
dubbed that too.
Jake.
All chunkies are not the same.
Yeah, Big John's cooking.
Yes, man.
Cause they always hungry.
They hungry as fuck.
And you gonna order something out to eat, or you gonna go get them something to eat.
They hungry, Slim. They starving like a motherfucker.
Especially Sunday dinners.
For some reason, they always hungry though.
Your plate gonna be packed with double meat, double vegetables, double starch.
That ain't said double meat though, Slim.
You gonna have meatloaf and chicken
Oh
wings.
my god.
You gonna have collard greens and green beans. You gonna have mashed potatoes and macaroni and cheese and cornbread.
And cornbread. Don't put your hands on my cornbread.
That cornbread be sitting right on top.
All right, this shorty right here. Let me see. I don't want to play no video or nothing. But I just think shorty gonna be a star, man. But I want you to know, I should leave her a message. I want her to know. I need you on a podcast before you blow up. Go to Atlanta and stay there and don't never come back. You know what I'm saying?
Don't do that though.
On DC. Now, rarely hit this little joint.
You hit it too.
Jay hit this little joint too.
No, I will. I wouldn't feel right.
God, You look like they got cut cards. They ain't got no cut cards.
No.
She of age. Ain't like she 16 or 17. She a whole 30-something-year-old woman.
I wouldn't feel right.
What you mean? You gonna give her that pipe? She want it.
My man said I
Little
wouldn't
bitches need
feel
love
right.
too, Craig.
I wouldn't feel
Pretty
right.
much.
Little bitches need love too.
That's for sure, Greg.
You depriving them out here, man.
They do, but I wouldn't feel right.
What you mean?
I would feel like I'm taking advantage of something.
That's why I said where the cuffs
They
at.
the one who gonna get fuck you head up.
Just put the cuffs on me,
They
man.
gonna
'Cause I don't
put the
feel
cuffs
right.
on your head on me.
You know what I'm saying?
She play around and call the feds and we be like, yeah, I'm 18, I'm 14 or something. You fuck. Outside of that happening.
Man, come on, man. You tuned in to the number one podcast in the DMV. You know what I'm saying, Doc? The number one podcast. What we say? Number one podcast in the world, Craig. You know what I'm saying, Doc? The number one podcast, you know? Definitely in DMV. You know what I'm saying, Doc? Shouts out to everybody that's trying to get to 10,000 downplays. You know what I'm saying, Doc? It's a tough journey, you know? But we 600 away from that thing there, boy. For sure. You know what I'm saying, Doc? Man. Over the weekend been something going on with on ESPN, right? So I know y'all been following. I don't know if real been following this part, right?
For a minute.
Man. All right. First, let me set the stage. Just basically, nobody don't know what's going on, right? You got Racheal Nichols, right? She been, you know, the girl be on Jump on all these little shows on ESPN. She's more the host of the show, and all everybody else play basketball or football.
Yeah, she got dicked down by Jimmy Butler.
Now, allegedly. Now, be honest with you, to me personally, she good. I like her. I like her. I like her. She good. She good at. She's not really a person that both guards her opinion into the shit a lot. You feel me? But you can tell she's there. She's not like the Bama's on Undisputed and shit. They there? Are they there? You know what I'm saying? The girl,
chicks on this.
yeah, the chick. You don't even know if they there now. But you know, Shorty there though. You know what I'm saying? At least. So I fucks her on that. And then she know basketball. She been around for a minute and she know basketball and shit. But she have a problem with the other anchor on the joint, who just happened to be black. Right?
I thought she's Spanish, Dominican or something.
No.
My real name is less more Spanish, but Dominican. But I knew you going with it.
Let me put a picture up.
Yeah, I think it's that.
She's a minority.
Yeah, there you go. That sounds professional.
She's not Spanish.
She got no.
Now, this is my problem. All right, there was a video that came on too first that had Shorty talking to LeBron's advisor. Right?
Yeah, they was plotting some shit.
Huh?
Yeah, they was on a plot on what you calling her? Trying to obstruct her.
Oh, you talking about Shorty? Oh, I think you talking about.
Yeah, they was trying to. They was pretty much plotting to what's that word I'm looking for?
Sabotage.
Sabotage you. Yeah.
Really?
I mean, from what I read and how it looks is Racheal just throwing shade at another female because her minorityism is going to trump her basicism. So Racheal feels she shouldn't lose her job because they want a minority to cover it to get a ESPN a better look than what it is. Because right now they're losing a lot of people because I don't watch ESPN like that. I don't watch anything on ESPN. If I look for the scores, I go on my phone or I go to sometimes ESPN News, something like that. But outside, they use a lot of minority people not really watching it like it was, and I think they was trying to switch it up. But like you said, I don't have a problem with Racheal. She's pretty mundane, borderline. She does her job, so she was shaded by the fact that they want to replace her, and that's just girls being girls. Man.
So I'm gonna play the video.
Yeah, that's some woman.
That's just women being women. No one wants to be
Now, this happened a year ago. The recording that everybody they leaked out. It was a year ago in the bubble. So just when she learned the information. But I'm gonna play a video with her talking to LeBron advice.
Instead of posting the NBA finals, what did you do as a silent reporter job today?
Because guess what that would clear the way for? For Maria to do the hosting. Yeah. So, I have declined. I don't know what their next move is, but they are feeling pressure because of all of that. And, I'm trying to figure out, like, how to just, my thing is that I wish Racheal all the success in the world. She covers football, she covers basketball. If you need to give her more things to do because you're feeling pressure about you're in a crappy long-time record on diversity, which, by the way, I myself, know personally from the female side of it, go for it. Just, find it somewhere else. You're not going to find it with me. He said to me, Two in the afternoon, 3 days from now, you're going to have to be the perfect person. But that's it. That's the average.
This is LeBron James spokesman, Adam.
Yeah, it's you could frame it almost really, you could actually generate a really interesting conversation about how it's, just so very male who are then in turn should do this. Over the one spot that they're paying over the rest with a broader conversation about all the spots that should be under consideration.
There isn't just one seat at the table for a minority of whichever version of this week we're trying to please.
If you think about it, this is precisely the problem we've been talking about for a long time. This is white men. It is an example of one black person or really you don't get to have a black woman in a prominent spot and feel like, okay, I'll work it done.
We're not.
And you certainly don't get to say, okay, you have a right to it. You have a woman really in a critical seat. And now that we're going to put a black woman in that case, the question is, what are the other seats that white males are in? That should be a consideration.
All right, what did y'all get from that?
I mean, it was a little collusion, but I think,
I don't know.
It might have been more. I know the papers and stuff and the media got this story cranking up your head.
I think
So it's like it's more to it than what it's got going on.
I mean, she got a problem with Shawty getting the jobs on ESPN. She feels that them her jobs, like the NBA joints, NFL joints. She expecting to be on it. When the playoffs start, she expecting to be there, like she always do. You feel me? So this year they switching it up and putting Shawty on the joint now instead of her. So my thing is, I don't see her as being racist about it, really. It just sounds like to me, but again, it's hard to take out the racist part because dude she talked to is white. Now, if he was black, I can say she's not being racist, right? Because if you talk to a black man like that, you pleading to him, saying, "Man, I know they had affirmative action stuff, you know what I'm saying? But I'm a woman, you know what I'm saying? I can see you pleading to a black person like that, right? But dude, white. So if both of y'all white, y'all talking about, what are y'all talking about right now? You know what I'm saying? He's saying it's a company that got all white men in the boardroom, and they're about to put a person in a spot, a prominent spot, a black woman in that prominent spot, and at the expense of another woman. But it's not at her expense. This is their company, right? And you playing the spots they want you in. You won't jump all fucking day anyway. You want to leave that and be on the floor?
Yeah, for 3.5 hours.
Yeah. So to them, they probably figure, okay, Shawty Shorty good too. She good in the NFL and NBA. That's the difference there.
We like to look at her.
And then Shorty just on Racheal Nichols just basically basketball, NBA.
Because you know some people are basic.
And then Shorty do baseball too.
Yeah, some people basic on some shit. But
So it look like you get
it
more
sound like
with her.
it's-
You get more with her.
it sounds like it's a women's competition.
And what she's saying is, it ain't a whole lot of spots for y'all crappy minority diversity record, right? And y'all only using one spot, and it's either gonna be a woman or somebody black, and y'all getting rid of that spot with one black person, and that's a woman, right? So you check all the boxes. That's what she's saying, and then she's saying that's being done at her expense. Now, to me, it sounds like you saying Shorty ain't talented enough to even be in this spot. She only there because she black, right? That's what sound like a bitch saying to me.
To me, it sounds like she's saying that. To me, she sounds like she's just being bitter that she even.
It sounds that, yeah. You definitely hear that.
That she's even off of laying on the floor.
You definitely hear her being like, why they even offering her my shit type feeling. You know what I'm saying? Like, why is she getting to do my shit? This is what I do. That's what I got from her. Like, it wasn't racist to me though. I don't know about y'all. What y'all get from that? It was racist to you?
You don't get that from
Real?
Justina Anderson and Pam Oliver. You never got that from.
Yeah, she just sounds like that. It's like a female fight.
It just sounds like she mad because she not doing that no more.
She mad enough female came in, took her position.
And I think Shorty more talented than Racheal Nichols.
Yeah, she is. She's more.
Rachel's like she paid her dues with the network, so
She feel like she been there for a while,
Yeah, so she paid her dues.
and y'all shouldn't be doing me like this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
basically, she should get first opportunity.
that's feelings though. Now y'all see,
Yeah, that's a
we always come back to either you doing it the business way or you doing this is your feelings doing it right.
Right here is personal.
She gonna end up
Yeah.
doing that first one.
You
You already see it coming.
Yeah, it's already. It's all the writing's on the wall.
You think so?
Yeah, she can go to, that's what all of them do. When they get shade on ESPN, they go to FX1.
Yeah.
They don't get a lot more money to do it.
But shorter period of time.
Yeah.
But still.
The problem is that's the thing. They don't got that many people on ESPN
I
anymore.
know, I was saying, I ain't watched it in so long.
You just got Scott Van Pelt, Stephen A, Max Kellerman, and Max Kellerman got his own podcast. And now he got his own podcast. He be on Showtime Boxing After Dark. He got his own. She got a show on was it Showtime?
They're not keeping up with the times. They're not staying young. They're not being up with it. This has got a lot of old people on there, ex-writers who set their ways. Right in the 90s and shit don't translate.
Even
now.
Chris Berman fucking retired.
Yeah.
I love Berman. Berman's my man. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my man.
I didn't know he retired, yeah.
Yeah, he retired.
Someone went to the NFL Network and they like, fuck it.
Some with the NFL Network. The people from NFL Network that's been there, they had fired them because Me Too movement came in and swooped them up.
I don't think they too much to be on ESPN.
They sweep some people at. That's the other thing. That's the other thing. Reason why ESPN was so thin because some people got swooped up out of ESPN.
It just all the time. It ain't what it was. Like I said, I don't watch it. You know, Monday Night Football. I don't watch this shit. I watch the next day on NFL Network. I don't watch it. People weak. Stephen A. doing the same shit he been doing the last 20 years. I mean, he don't change up. Max is just a get with. He don't state his feelings or nothing. He just go whatever Stephen A. say. I have to agree, Stephen. I was like, nobody wants to hear that all fucking day. And this was me watching it 5 years ago.
I think him and Skip was better, but
Yeah, I know. They all studied each other. They both 0-1. Shannon tries, but Shannon. But, you know,
Exactly.
I get it. You know what I'm saying? I know why Bayless left. Bayless wanted to get his own shit. You know, ESPN gave him his freedom and rights. Colin too. All of them left. ESPN. They knew what they were doing.
Shit, Chris Bender, they paid him. They gave him that guap. Why he left? And they just gave him a contract extension. They gave him some more money.
they definitely gave him that bread.
I ain't watched that to keep my girl Jamel off. That was my baby.
Now, Racheal Nichols, she apologized.
On the show.
Man, who gives a fuck?
Now again, what are you apologizing for?
Because she was out of bounds and she never leave.
I just said that whole thing is just I ain't get it. There's nothing there. I felt everybody says racial. I don't see
She's
that.
catty. You're not supposed to be catty with other females in a business that's hard on females. So the fact that wasn't that they gave it to a man or she was being stepped over for a man, she couldn't handle it. Another woman, maybe younger, was getting picked for her to do shit. So that's what it really boils down to. Now the races you could throw in there, you're talking to the right person, but I really didn't feel it that way. It felt like she was just being catty.
I ain't get it.
It was female on female. She got mad like a new anchor come in, younger from a tick.
That's what it sounded like.
Taking over. You don't want that. You as the older person in there, you're like, well, I've been here and I got you out here ratings and I'm always been true.
Exactly.
You should be loyal to me. And they're like, no, we're going this way. We're gonna do this. And she was just venting. You can't get mad at a person for venting.
And she was venting to somebody, exactly, yeah.
Yeah, she was just venting, man. And it wasn't like it was a diabolical scheme that like thinking the brain shit. Oh yeah, we're gonna dismiss her this way. We're gonna throw her Instagram out there with her twerking and shit. Yeah,
I know when the story first came out, it almost sounded like I said, the media tried to blow it up. But when I first heard the story, it was like it said that she was plotting something. I was like, what? Plotting?
Let's see
plotting to kill her?
how she
She
apologized.
was lost. Yeah, she was just lost.
Apology for
So the first thing they teach you in journalism school is don't be the story. And I don't plan to break that rule today or distract from a fantastic finals. But I also don't want to let this moment pass without saying how much I respect, how much I value our colleagues here at ESPN, how deeply, deeply sorry I am for disappointing those I hurt, particularly Maria Taylor, and how grateful I am to be part of this outstanding team.
Well, Rachel, I want to say thank you. Thank you for accepting.
What y'all think about
PC shit, because she knew it was because the women's was gonna get on her more than anything, and that's what she had to worry about. It's not just the company.
Women empowerment.
Yeah, women gonna get on her like, why are you fighting over a woman when it's just hard for women to get in this business at all. So even if you do lose a spot, it's still a woman. So she would have to deal with that, and I think that's what she was mostly worried about. That racist shit she ain't getting.
But back to Charlotte, I think Maria is just real talented. There's no way they can keep her down. She'll just leave the channel. I mean, the whole station and go somewhere else.
Yeah, I feel that too.
Like, you can't just keep her in one little spot just because Rachel Nichols want to do everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, bitch, you on jump for 4 hours. Get the fuck out of here.
You gonna stay there.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Like,
he do that.
unless you want to switch with her, I bet she'll do jump for 3 hours. She won't give a fuck.
And people would love to see her on jump.
Uh-oh. You'll start something.
Don't see her on there no more.
Who?
The one that German Rose murdered. She still there? Or did she leave?
I don't be seeing her in the morning.
I ain't seen her.
I know you talking about. Yeah, she be in the mornings. I thought she went to FS1.
I'm still over there.
You're talking about
She kind of look Spanish like.
Yeah, Mom.
Molly Carroll.
Yeah, Molly. Yeah, you right. I ain't seen her no more.
I ain't seen her in a while. I thought she had some kids.
Uh,
That gentleman was beating the dust off that jump.
Beating the brakes off of the.
Whoever had that before wasn't doing nothing to it.
I think she part-time.
It happens
She
like that. I don't know why.
She started-
Niggas don't beat the brakes off their girls.
I know she started full-time on. I think she part-time now. Because they be having different girls moderating the
Yeah,
the jump.
yeah.
Shout out to my girl Joy Teller. You get that work. Cause ain't nobody doing you right. You too perky.
Too perky, yeah.
She's too perky. I mean, she ain't been dick down in a minute.
You know?
I take that challenge. You know what I'm saying? Take that challenge, Joy. I be all of your comments. I already posted on Instagram. You be ignoring me.
That nigga said already be in your comments, yeah.
Your comment. Hey.
Oh my god. But yeah, I think Shorty they did the right move to move Shorty around anyway. So fuck Rachel. You know what I'm saying? What y'all think? That's it.
Yeah, fuck her.
You only good as you can't keep people looking. I mean, keep people looking.
Man, she just want to keep doing too much, man. It's time for other people to do shit, bitch.
Yeah, I ain't feel racist. I felt a little
I
catty.
ain't getting no
I
grace.
felt chick on chick.
I ain't getting no races.
Girl
over
fight.
there.
You know what I'm saying?
It's kind of sticky because both of them white, and they kept on talking about that's kind of sticky, but it wasn't racist though. It wasn't.
It was
It was borderline. Two white motherfuckers doing borderline shit here.
Say she was talking about.
She talking about Black Lives Matter and all that. Y'all doing borderline. And black women in positions and shit. Two white people. Calm down now.
Yeah, they was getting close.
Yeah, it was borderline.
They put their finger right there, but they ain't pushed the button.
Exactly.
They just said
They was doing too much. Yeah, it was coming close. Yeah.
It was coming close. It was fingering. They ain't go all the way in.
Yeah,
You know,
it
happened.
was just about there, real.
took the penis and put it around the coochie.
Hey,
He ain't put it in.
That's not good.
He was getting it wet, but that was it.
It was going.
Yeah, it didn't come.
You know? Y'all ain't fuck with that joint?
Yeah.
Hers and hers and history's company too. Well, remember that dude. So shit. Well, that nigga used to always feel like he getting pussy, but never get no pussy. I used to fuck with him because he lived with two bitches. So to me, he's my idol when I'm
People used to knock on their door and say, "Wow, that's you."
Yeah.
You had both spectrum.
And he always fake like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? The whole time wasn't hit either one of them bitches.
He jump and he had a hot jump. Like you had both best of both worlds.
Oh yeah.
Poindexter over there, you could dig down, you know.
Yes, he did.
Your old steady Susan Summer.
Yes, he did.
Being 80s Rogan Queen. You ain't watch it like that. Mr. Furley was a hater. You know,
Yeah, he was.
It sounded like, yo, Jack, hook me up.
Just kept coming
Mr.
up
Furley
there.
kept knocking on the door. Something like
He
that.
got faking like he gay and shit.
Yeah, I feel like I'm gay because your bitch ass here.
Who do that? Like, who gonna act like they gay? Who gonna tell? Who do that?
I mean, they could
Like, but that's a TV show though, but
Nah,
no male gonna act like they gay. Or fake like they gay or tell people they gay to do something. Because that's not going nowhere. Even when you do what you had to do, that's over. No, you still gay now.
You still got the label.
Exactly. We ain't finished with you. You told us you gay. Everybody know you gay now. The fuck all the other shit you just
The
did.
other thing you got fired if you catch them in the act, you just walk in the door and just
Not
say,
good,
"Oh
not
no,
Like the, yeah.
what the fuck is that going on in the corner?"
Not pretty. Not pretty at all. This is the podcast from 9 to 5 with the Average Joes. Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts at. We get that take on all trending topics. And we call that
For the average Joes and the little hoes.
you know?
Y'all say you don't love a little hoe.
No. That little joint was chocolate, but no.
Yeah. I love me a milk dud.
Yeah, job too good for all that.
Nah, God, tripping.
You know what I'm saying? Now,
She go for days, dog.
They're like this.
you don't want to do that.
Put
You don't want to do that?
put it from my head.
I want to say, you ready for like a Incredible Hulk? Got that joint one, you take it.
That joint was teeny as shit too.
Take it off, baby. Take it off.
Probably hold that joint like that. And walk around and go outside with that joint. Like, damn, get in the car with that bitch. And come back out fucking her.
That's like
Non-stopping it.
That's like Shaq was dating Hoops.
Oh, Hoops. Oh, that looked terrible too. Yeah, he was tall as fuck. Yeah,
And you know, if she was to give him a hug, you know where her face
it was terrible.
You
Yeah.
know where her face could be at.
I did.
Right there in that dick.
It was terrible.
She was that short.
Cause she little as shit. And I couldn't believe she's faking like she liked motherfucking Flavor Flav.
All of them did that.
They was faking though. They was. I think
Flav.
New York was faking too now. But you gotta give her credit. She ain't giving a fuck.
That jump down. He destroyed it.
I think he ended up fucking New York somewhere.
Several times.
Somewhere along the line, he in New York. That's why he ain't fuck with her at the end. He was done with her.
Yeah, he was done with her and had a baby with his non-joke.
Who said the other fat joint?
Delicious.
Damn, that bitch was fat as shit. Still,
You
she had a
know,
fucked up, funny face, but she was fat as.
you know who she dating now? The Spanish boy from one of the Central Fox Five.
Oh yeah. I remember that.
I was like,
She was on one of the reality shows with him.
Yeah, I was like, huh? How did that happen? I was like, how the fuck did that happen?
Not good at
How
all.
did that become a part? How did that happen?
That's crazy. That nigga's out of
know
hell.
about that out here, man. So I'm talking, you know what I'm saying? People feel a little. don't make shows like that no more. That was funny.
All the jokes was funny. Flavor of Love, I Love New York.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, I love New York. Oh my God.
Said, tell you, hey, I smack that, flip that, rub that. I'm like, dang. Love all that joke. That white boy spit on New York. I was like,
Man.
Oh yeah.
she hawks it too.
Did they wind up on Charm School?
Like, what?
Oh yeah, the Charm School joint.
Yeah, that was.
They always on that joint. Yeah. It's like they move people from one show to the other and shit. Once they fuck up here, they go on this.
Personality people on there though.
They had different personalities. Because they remember they had the Rock of Love girls on there too.
Them bitches look like all them did. Methamphetamine and shit.
Oh yeah.
Brett Michaels.
Oh yeah, you already know he smashed everything on. You that's a crime to get on the show.
All right, so oh yeah, that is crazy. Yeah. That's crazy. It's something that happened. All right. First of all, shouts out to Doc Sage 9117. Right. I was gonna get to the Haiti situation. You already know about that. You don't know about it, bro?
The president got assassinated. How the hell did that happen?
And his wife got fucked up too.
Got wounded.
Shit, how did that happen? I mean, I heard. I ain't going into all the details, but I remember it was happening while it was happening and shit. And I was thinking the same thing. How you get all of them like that? That's the army involved with that. But if you got a question for me, go ahead and shoot your question, player.
They got this shit because this is a lot of turmoil going on there in that motherfucker. They got think because they had their what was that, the earthquake some time ago.
Did they get him in Canada? They didn't get him in Haiti. They had to get him in Canada, right? Went in his own country.
Yeah.
They had to get him in Canada. There's a lot of Haitians live out there too in Canada.
That's crazy, yeah. I mean, it said Haiti will hold a constitutional referendum on September 26th, the same date as presidential and legislation elections. Authorities said other postponing the date twice, in part because of the pandemic, of course. An official's calendar showed Monday. Political tensions in Caribbean nations have been running high in recent months, and Haitians have expressed fear of violence going to the polls. Violence has spiked in the capital, Peru, Prince. Shouts out to everybody out there that check out our podcast. We appreciate it a whole lot. Recent weeks as rival groups battle with one another, the police for control of the streets. Now they battling with the police for control of the streets, displacing thousands and thousands of people in the country, making it a humanitarian situation.
So basically it was like, okay, the president assassinated, so we run this shit now. They all over the goddamn place.
So that's militia, or they don't got no army on it? Shouldn't they have like a defense mechanism for that?
I mean, let's say, all right, it's a general. It's like a pecking order, right? Let's say the general and then the head command of the army was cahooting together, right? And they the only thing that's under control of the president. Let's say that. But he is the vice president, and you know what I'm saying? We know the chain of command here. Vice president, then we go to the speaker and shit like that, right? Let's say the general is the next in line after what happens to the president, right? You won't think it'll be easy for those two to collaborate to get rid of the president? That'll be easy for the general, the head of the command of the armies and shit like that.
Honestly, anything can happen. Look at January 6th and United States shit. You had an ex-president that carried out an attack to Nancy Pelosi and his vice president.
I'm gonna read what he's doing.
I know this joke long as shit.
All right, look. Dockside Sage 911 says he and a small minority who believe this assassination was carried out to further destabilize the nation and give rise to more violence and another dictatorship.
I just
we can
said
stop
that.
Right there. Yeah.
I just said that.
We all agree with that. Everybody agree with that. We all agree and we think.
Yeah.
We know that. Yeah.
I
For
just said that. Said, okay, he's gone. Everybody come out and say, fuck it. We run this shit, man.
And then, I mean, Haiti is like a one-man rule thing. That's why I say,
Sorry to put
yeah.
crack shit in there.
And the government's the only thing that can change things. If the government is not behind that president, their president be in trouble. For sure. They can easily run coups. That's what be happening all around the countries. I mean, all around the world. Be coups.
Yeah, cool,
Yeah.
motherfucker out there.
We got
You
one
should have a
head.
stronger team around him. I had some loyal, man. You put that in a Steven Seagal or something. Somebody supposed to get that close to him.
Yeah.
I know.
Especially if you knew he was going through shit.
I know. Wycliffe John was about to. I know. Remember, he said he wanted to run. I'm not sure. You know how far did he get with that, but
I really do believe, yeah.
I do believe that these people, you know, they didn't really want it, you know, some type of rulings, no type of, you know, stabilization of the country.
Yeah. I mean, it's the whole goal is to destabilize the joint, everybody in chaos. You know, it's going to be a humanitarian problem right there. And meanwhile, you take over the country. You know what I'm saying? And then you be the person that give the people the water, give the people. That's what how we used to do in the hood. You know what I'm saying? You used to be the nigga that you probably fucked everything up, but we was the one giving the shit. You know what I'm saying? You the one fuck things up, but you the one looking like you fixing shit. It's crazy as shit. So you know what I'm saying?
Meaning, if y'all know, we understand. Like, if you ever seen or if you like Nino Brown show crack in the neighborhood, you take over a project, but then come Thanksgiving, Christmas,
Yeah.
you're giving out turkeys.
Exactly, Slim.
You know what I'm saying?
It's the same shit. Hell yeah.
It's like, oh shit. Oh well, let me go ahead and give out back to the community.
They
You
stole
killing
that from New York people.
you just destroying the community, but you give it back to.
Yeah, I think.
But so it's like, you know, it's a 50-50 cycle.
Exactly, yeah.
You is destroying the community, but you is giving back to it.
Yeah, I
But
think the United Nations should just step in and help Haiti
I was
out.
about to say that too.
Yeah, they need
That's
to go there
that's
with
the other
emergency
step.
services and do what the fuck they actually made to do, which is help countries out that's going through shit until they can and make sure that they can vote a righteous person in and weed out the people. I mean, this technology out there ain't hard to find out who did it, who doing it, who's trying to create the insurrection. But I do think the United Nations step in, earn their fucking money they're getting from all the countries and do some fucking work to help Haiti establish themselves again.
That's like, dude. That's like how y'all, you know how you watch TV at night and they be having these TV shows with the dog or these or infomercials with the dog or the children. They all skinny and hungry and shit. They like, could you donate $1 a day or some shit like that? And you like, okay, if you donate your money to these causes, what the fuck the money is going? Already, what they said, what I read a couple months ago, FEMA, these places that's supposed to help out these people, they don't even help these people out. Hurricane Katrina happened in New Orleans. First thing they did was help out white folks. And that's the money. That's exactly what the money is going to go to. It's not going to go to Haiti or people of color. They just didn't want no homelessness, too much homelessness going on in New Orleans, so they just throw them in the shacks in rural countries and say, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. Or the other people who had to move other places. Same thing with Haiti. When Haiti had that bad earthquake, they could have took care of that situation better than what they did. No way in hell that if Britain or UK had a fucking earthquake and all the people died and they just take the fucking bulldozer and dumping bodies in one big hole like fucking trash, they wouldn't done that. They would probably put the cover on them and put them in the proper place. But the people that in Haiti, they got the raw deal. When all the people died, when the earthquake happened, they dumped them in one big hole by a bulldozer. Like, what are you doing?
I mean,
Like, these people need help now, and do you think they're gonna really help them like that?
I mean, you do as president, like it's gonna be chaos. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, they went in the joint 1 a.m, went into his house,
And
and
they
just
snuck
shot him up,
Damn.
assassinated him.
And right now, it's like all sorts of shit going on. Like, everybody is looting and,
Shot
fucking
him
shit.
and the first lady.
They fucking shit up now, right now, as we now speak.
Yeah. So there's no way you can get in there and just shoot the president and the first lady while they sleep unless somebody let you do that.
Basically,
That's just obvious.
all them,
It's an inside job.
all this in the Supreme Court, all his staff, they did. I made sure of that. I was like, yo, like, if I'm his wife, or I was his girl or whatever, I'm like, look, these motherfuckers had them set up. All these motherfuckers need to go.
They on a state of siege that's in the middle of 3 levels of emergency under Haitian law, alongside the lowest state of emergency and the highest level referred to as the state of war.
Mm.
They don't know yet who's gonna be the successor. This is not good. Mayman was 53 years old. But he was real divisive. He wasn't like a, you know what I'm saying, he's real controversial leader. He almost like type Trump type shit.
Oh,
Real controversial. It's like a whole bunch of noise all the time.
Y'all want to kill Trump.
Yeah. That type shit. Yeah.
You might want to stuff him out, but yeah, you can't.
you can't do that. But aren't they, as we go on with the story, you think about what happened.
But see,
what happened here.
another thing is, while he was president, he wouldn't hold elections, which means he'd continue being president.
And the people was being restless up there. So they just didn't really. They was about to do that with Trump when
When it's time to do the vote for president, he counts. So it's no voting. So he continues being president.
They was trying to do that. They was trying to do that with Trump. I
Yeah,
remember,
but yeah,
I remember when
Trump couldn't do that shit.
I remember when GOP was doing that. They was trying to vote that shit in. It was like have an extension of him being in president. It's like fuck no. And they was talking about this a little bit before the election. They was like, nah, Trump gonna win. They made sure that shit was gonna happen too. That he was gonna win. Only with he won fair and square either.
Definitely do that.
So that's
Thank
the
you,
other.
man.
That's the other thing.
You ain't gotta think about that. He definitely ain't do that.
That's the other thing about that.
But shouts out to everybody in Haiti, man, that's going through the issues. You know, with the T3P podcast. We looking out for you on that one. Man. We appreciate everybody from there that tunes in too. You know. But y'all want to say something about Haiti before we move on?
Yeah, stop. Be mindful of shit. Don't try to rule your own shit. Just behave. Just sit down, figure shit out, and go from there. You know that the president down there, is a bit of an asshole. But
I love the Haitian ladies.
you
know that one.
Yeah, the Haitian ladies.
You know, man, I used to have this little joint, man. Oh my god, I don't know if I want to get into that story. Shorty had a little roommate too. I wanted to blast both of them.
Oh Jesus, huh?
Shorty wouldn't.
I just want to know what that oh Jesus is about.
Shorty wouldn't open the door, and they kept talking about that voodoo shit. I ain't like that shit. Don't talk voodoo, man. Let's get the fuck. Let's stay with that. Let's stay with that, man. You start talking about voodoo dust and all this bullshit. Like, oh.
How Red Fox say? Creole woman shrink your shit.
Where the condoms? Let's stop talking. Where the condoms? You talking about some nonsense. I don't want it.
She'll swivel up your dick like a cocktail.
Yeah. When you start that, it's like, oh, Lord.
Swivel your dick up like a cocktail when you have a problem.
It's definitely time for me to go the fuck home. When you start that.
What the fuck is smoking? Whole time she got voodoo doll on her ass.
Exactly. But they talking about motherfucking your man Bill Cosby talking about, man, he want to do some motherfucking stand up and go on the road, nigga.
Gotta make that money.
What y'all talking about? What you think, Jay?
Gotta make that money. If he can do it at 83, we gonna salute to him.
He is 83 too.
I was about to say, man had that neck on the side, man.
That nigga's 83, Slim.
You know, you gonna have to have a sit down bench.
Is there anybody that old even doing? Anybody ever do that comedy this old? 83.
Nah, George Burns did that shit. He was like, that shit.
Damn. And he's about to win. He's about to buy NBC for this shit.
He ain't broke. He getting it.
He won't be able to buy no NBC though.
Yeah.
His lawyers got the NBC money.
Yeah,
Hey, them lawyers probably went on that joint. They probably in cahoots with NBC, motherfucker. Like, nigga, we took all that money. He's gonna buy y'all, and we got his ass, didn't we? You know what I'm saying? Dog? We took it out of his back pocket. Nigga. He thought he was gonna buy y'all. We got his ass real good. Took that shit right away from Bill, Slim. Bill like, fuck, I'm just happy to be out now, fuck it.
but I mean, if he going on the road 2 on the speaking, motherfuckers pay.
Ain't nobody gonna see him, man. You
Yeah,
tripping?
always.
You tripping? Ain't nobody gonna see
There's
that.
always somebody out there to see.
Nobody, but those people that are going to see Trump are not the same people that see Bill.
Yeah, that's different. You got your, as you would say, a Killer Mike fan.
I ain't got too many black people going to see Bill.
Why not?
You know what I'm saying? First of all, he was never really that funny during our generation anyway. He was a comedian back in the 60s and 70s, but he wasn't funny then. You know what I'm saying? So
funny back then.
he was only funny in sitcoms.
He was only funny in sitcoms. Yeah, you need a writer.
He acted dumb in sitcoms. He was funny in that joint. The physical comedy was funny. But
It's movies.
his stand-up, he can forget that.
There's movies. He was
Put a
good
cherry bomb on that and blow that bitch.
Yeah, but that's the Bill stand-up.
Bill Cosby joints?
You ever listen?
Terrible. That's why I always like Richard Pryor over him. Now, don't get me wrong. I think white people used to like Bill, though. But I used to always like Richard Pryor and Red Fox over him. Because his shit was like some bland shit. He sit in a chair and just sit in the chair. That was his joint was always, he just sit in the fucking chair and talk and shit.
And he never cussed.
That was a problem with me.
No problem with you.
All that was a problem. He just wasn't funny. But you just knew he was a comedian funny. You know what I'm saying? He can do his physical comedy is top notch. Put it like that. He can do physical shit. He can do wild shit. You know what I'm saying? He can do the physical shit. But as far as just standing up there and talking and making me laugh, hell no. You forget that. He was not that type of comedian. Now, I shout out to that nigga. He brought in my favorite Fat Albert in the game. That was my shit when I was growing up. You know what I'm saying? I never missed one of those. Especially when he used to come out the back and shit. It's like a junkyard or something. I don't know what it was. But he used to come out the back and talk and shit to the motherfucking thing. So that shit was cool as shit. You know what I'm saying? That was my shit. I appreciate him for starting that. The Hustles, the Cosby, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I mean, put it like this. Like I was saying, y'all, most of our black people that had talent and shit, they kind of got fucked over somewhere along the line, some way, some shape, somehow, you know what I'm saying? Because it's either some homosexuals, they did Michael Jackson, you know what I'm saying? R. Kelly.
They found out wasn't even true.
R. Kelly, this nigga here, you know what I'm saying? And when you hear the stories, you already feel like it's something missing. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, and when you start hearing the numbers of people, then you start being like, all right, I might believe this shit. It might happen, you know what I'm saying? But before that, you just be like, this shit don't sound right. You know what I'm saying? R. Kelly snatched the little kid up and took him and locked him in the basement, like, huh? And then he went out and went on interviews after that, like, no, yo. I can't picture that, yo. There's a kid in there while we watch him on interviews. On MTV and all these places and shit, ain't got a child locked up somewhere. Like, how that even works?
This sound like that movie I was watching a few months ago.
You gotta be a psycho motherfucker to even try to do this stuff. Why you on tour? And all, you gotta pay somebody else to watch them? Like, how this works?
Okay, the movie I saw, right? I'm thinking.
And then remember, the movie's alleged. It's not. He ain't had no input on that. I don't think
No.
his wife did.
It's like it's a similar shit. It's a similar shit. It's similar.
It was similar. Yeah.
It's similar shit.
It was similar. That's a good word. That's a good word. Similar.
So the name of the movie was
The Pied Piper and the Individuals.
no.
Hiding in my closet.
It was
What's the name of that joint though?
Woman in the Basement.
For real?
Yeah. So the father, right? The father had trapped his daughter in the basement, and he had raped her. He raped her, got trapped in the basement for 20 years.
Oh the hell yeah.
And then he put babies in her. He put like 8 babies in her.
Hey, they had a situation with that.
And it was based on a true story.
Yeah. Mother be locking kids up in these joints, and then they be growing up. Now they got kids and all that shit. They grow up inside the house like that. They don't never let them out. It's just crazy.
But how he had the basement, it was a bomb shelter.
Soundproof.
You couldn't hear shit. It was probably like the size of this room.
That shit's crazy.
You got one sink.
Just imagine that though. Like you 13, 12 or something, you walking in there and snatch you into the car. And next thing you know, for the next 15, 20 years, you just in a room, Slim. Not to mention you doing a lot of unnecessary shit too. Not to mention that, you know what I'm saying? But
like he was in there fucking his own daughter though, putting babies in it.
huh? Sort of. Oh, I know. Oh, yeah. But it's been a lot of incidents where people been snatching kids up and then hiding them for years and years and having babies with them and all types of shit.
Like that shit is sick.
Very sick. You can't get no sicker. It's just like that should be a separate law for people to get caught doing that.
Throw your bullets to the front of the head.
Because sometimes when you hear somebody missing, you never ever find them. That's what be happening. They be in somebody's fucking basement. They might be dead or might be alive. More times than not, they're alive. They there for a reason. They snatch them up, took them in the house for a reason. They probably snatch them up one by one, every chance you get, and stick them in that joint. They probably got 4 different people don't even know each other. Now they do. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit crazy, son. There gotta be some way to stop a nigga from hide somebody like that. You know how the fuck you? Other than cell phones can get you out of that shit.
Not just that, teaching your kids how to view landmarks.
It's a tough joint, yeah. If your child is be locked in the basement, that's a tough one. Just imagine that shit's crazy, for real. No, I watched my motherfucker. Until this nigga get 15, 16, we can handle himself, man. It's like my eyeballs on this motherfucker. Like, nobody just grab this nigga by his collar and now all of a sudden the van gone. You know what I'm saying? We don't know where he at. You know, no, nigga, I can't do. I don't know how I would live after that.
Somebody gonna have to die.
I literally about walking in this street every day, just
Every
looking
day,
for
all
this.
day.
You gotta pop up, nigga. I'm gonna find your young ass. For real, because the rest of my life is dedicated for that. You know what I'm saying? Unless you drop them off on the doorstep unharmed, motherfucker. Other than that, I'm hunting your ass.
I still got to get you after that.
You know?
You gonna do it again.
And then I'm still think you did something to him. So you gonna die now. Jail will be coming for me.
Jail coming? Nah, I catch you.
Jail coming, man. This one of them joints you satisfied with. I'm going to jail. I'm going to jail. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like I had to do that though. You know what I'm saying? One of them days gonna come where it's just like, yeah, I accept it here. Cuff me up. You know what I'm saying, dog? Fuck it. But there's no way around it other than to fuck him up. You know what I'm saying, dog? Some niggas ask for it, you gotta give it. You might have to give it sometimes, real. You gotta let the judges make their mind about that, because goddamn. For sure. Now, we are the podcast for the 9 to 5 average Joes, you know what I'm saying, dog? We get that take on all types of shit, you know what I'm saying, dog? The radical one. And that's OnlyFans J, as usual, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, you ain't heard about the motherfucking cop from Ohio and the Ku Klux Klan joint?
Yeah, he put
What the fuck?
He put a Ku Klux Klan sign on the black dude's desk
Oh, that's what the fuck? That's what I'm about to say.
because he's a bigot.
Okay, why would you do that? Now I gotta fuck you up. As represents one of those things. Like, I'm morally obligated to do this.
What was your point of doing it? Just go. You leave and go. Why does a note have to be left?
So okay, ladies and gentlemen, if y'all been watching this podcast, I've been saying from the get-go. I've been saying that, well, people, you know, I think one of y'all said that it might be fear or lack of training. I always said that it's not the fear, it's not the lack of training, it's the bigotry. Straight bigot. That's just it. They hate us, we hate them. That's just straight up.
They got Anchor Force for sure.
They got Anchor Force. Trust me and believe me. Those boys up in Ocean City, Orlando Castillo, Lando Brown, Trayvon Martin, that's a different story, but they all got the same shit. And it's all because George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery, which reminds me, we never heard anything about his case either. I wonder what's going on with that.
They opened it back up. They opened it back up. That's one in Georgia, right?
Right.
They opened it up. They're trying to get to the bottom of it.
So, all these stories is the same thing. Ahmaud Arbery's story was that he was running through the neighborhood and two white guys chased him down. They shot him, and after they shot him, they called him a nigger. That right there, when he called him a nigger, is the reason why we get gunned down every day. Is because we're just niggas to these cops and these people. Not saying all of them is like that. I'm not saying all of them like that, but there is. I'm gonna say that there's more than 75% of the motherfuckers in there like that. Probably like 80. Probably like 80% of them like that.
Now this is what in Salt Lake. This is in Sherfield Lake, Ohio. The surveillance video showed the Sheriff Lake Police Department in Ohio shows the longtime chief print a note reading Ku Klux Klan and placing it on black officers' raincoat, according to the city mayor.
And here's my thing with that. Again, he is the chief. How many chiefs out there that is the same thing? Wonder. And you pressing about the George Floyd bill. I'm not sure if they're going to pass that bill. The reason why I'm sure they're not going to pass that bill, I just said a few minutes ago, at least 80% of those motherfuckers are bigots. Them motherfuckers is going to just quit. Just straight up. They took the job just to fuck with you. My opinion. Not saying that, again, I send all cops like that, but a lot of these motherfuckers just took the job to do that. And then the history of police. The word police, what it means, what it stands for. So you have your black ass up if you try to escape from the plantation spot. That's just it. I mean, it is what it is. We'll try to get to the bottom of it if they can get to the bottom of it. But again, I'm not sure they're gonna pass that George Floyd bill. They could try, but they're not gonna pass it.
I mean, I'm sure there's cameras in that police place.
Right.
So they saw him do it. The real question: why didn't he bring him in? Ask him why he did his hate crime. Why do that?
I mean, we try. Yeah, why?
It's obvious.
If you leaving out, I mean, what is your point of leaving that? Something to say Ku Klux Klan.
So basically, he said
It's actually Ku Klux Klan still left.
Yeah.
They literally still doing stuff.
they
Are y'all serious out there?
It's different affiliates of them.
Dog. I like to ask this man. Can you come on my podcast if you ever get out? Like, what are you thinking? What's in your mind right now? Like, do y'all think y'all can put us back in slavery? Like, what is y'all thought process? I want to know. I want to talk to one of y'all clown ass niggas. Like, I ain't gonna call you a clown. I just want to know you as a man. What are you thinking?
Trust me, Biden already did that.
What do you want us to do? To sit back and do what? Let you do what? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's confusing to me. How can it still be Ku Klux Klan, dog? Like, what is your motive? What's your goal? You can't do shit to us. So what are you doing now? Like, Ku Klux Klan could do a lot to us back then because some of the laws wasn't even there to stop it.
But see, they're trying to turn the hands of the clocks
Like, what
to
do you
time
do now?
now.
But put a note on that raincoat like this? Stop. And go back to one of y'all meetings or something. They just like getting together or talking or something. I don't know. That's a good thing that all big motherfuckers talk together and one. But that's all they can do is just talk. Let's go talk. It literally is not. I'm surprised it's still Ku Klux Klan, though. I ain't bullshit. It's like that. What the meaning of Ku Klux Klan? You can't even do none of that no more. It's like, what's the meaning of it now? What are you doing? You can't do nothing.
It just, I guess I don't know if the black guy was supposed to be slated as the next man up to be the chief or something. He might have just said, I'm leaving my mark right here on your desk.
Coming for you. Coming guns a-blazing.
Who knows? What was the black guy's position anyway? The black cop.
He's just a regular officer. He might have been a chief.
Again, he could have been slated as the next man up, or the assistant chief or something like that. Who knows? But
okay, I remember we did something on Ku Klux Klans before.
We did some
another joint. It was a group of them. I think it might have been on the same podcast
we did what you call it, the Proud Boys, the Afro Cuban American. Who's the leader? Y'all got a KKK you got a KKK affiliate group leaded by an Afro Cuban American.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
About anyway. I mean, you right about that.
I just don't get you. What's your purpose now? You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, they got no purpose. No reason.
I mean, first the Ku Klux Klan was. I mean, it says here, the American white supremacist terrorist hate group. Now, that's the key point. They was a terrorist group, meaning they was on their horses riding around trying to terrorize us as black people, scare us, and kill us if they could, hang us, and use us as an example when they hanging us for the rest of us to look at and be scared. That was the whole thing.
And you know what the fucked
what
up?
Are you doing that?
You know what the fucked up part about it? What you just read is what is fucked up because, okay, first of all, you had the Black Lives Matter march last year. They deployed the National Guard on their asses too.
Yeah.
Which is for terrorist groups domestically. Black Lives Matter is not a domestic terrorist group. But in their eyes, they are. But January 6th happened. These affiliated are terrorist domestic groups. They bomb rush the Capitol and don't do nothing. Matter of fact, they let them in. So, you know.
Yeah. But it says.
So you see the difference is.
They don't like black people, Jews, immigrants, leftists, homosexuals, Catholics, Muslims, and atheists. I mean, how can you find the people that you like in that? And that whole big ass list. Where you find somebody?
And they tried to burn the church downtown. What's that? The Catholic church, right?
Oh, if you listen to this list, you literally got to be around white people. You just can't be around nobody but white on this joint.
But not if you got a leader of the group that's an Afro-Cuban American.
No, I'm talking about KKK.
They affiliate.
Now it's like I said, they start off as terrorists. They was literally terrorist group. That was their whole point. Group. They existed in 3 distinct eras, though. Like you said, when it started from the beginning, it was more torture. You know what I'm saying? That's what they was there for. But they worked regular jobs, so they used the hoods and shit to hide that.
They want you to come back in. Just tell me you were ashamed of what you did. You gotta hide your face.
Yeah, if you just hung a motherfucker nigga out the street, yeah.
You didn't just hung, you burnt them, lynched them.
You hide your face for that shit.
You laid in his body.
Speaking of that, they said somebody got lynched last week in a rural area.
Now, the Ku Klux Klan was established in the middle of the Civil War. But the end of the Civil War was when the states were, you know what I'm saying, fighting for, they didn't want to even be part of the America, you know, like Texas and shit like that.
They want to leave the Union.
See, if people was to go back, just start from there, you can get a feel for what's going on in America today. Because these certain states are still have that thought process, right? They probably can't act on most of the shit they was acting on back in them days, but their thought process is still there. You know what I'm saying? Their grandfather and grandmothers handed it down to them well. You know what I'm saying? They understand it. Fag is their shit. They love that. You know what I'm saying? They don't see that as a problem at all. They're heroes. All the generals and shit that was in the fucking war, the Civil War. They don't see that as a problem. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, it just don't make any sense, to be honest with you. And the shit was back in like 1870s when they first started doing this KKK shit. In the middle of things, you know what I'm saying? Civil War. I mean, slaves was at the peak at the time. You know what I'm saying? And I always think about when you was back then, man. You actually was a slave, right? And America economy only ran off slavery.
But you know who?
That's some wild ass shit.
You know who partially started that shit? My man, Nat Turner.
All right, for example, what you think the economy is dominated by right now? Probably technology.
Yeah.
Technology.
Computers and all that.
So imagine back then the leader was slaves. That was the economy then. Cotton, meaning slaves. Cotton and slaves.
Yeah.
Shit.
They keep bringing people from other countries to teach them on the farm. They can do cotton and
And
tobacco.
cotton was the main thing, yeah.
It was cotton, tobacco, and the women used to raise their kids, breastfeed them and shit like that.
Every time I just start thinking about if I put myself in those eras, it's just like when you look at somebody white, you just want to smack them in the mouth. Like you just look at all white people like that, like nigga, did you?
And that's why they don't want to teach critical racism in school. Because that's the fact that what you just said is most people that wouldn't know that. You would look at them differently, like you did this and you made these troubles, and yet you're resisting us on helping us fix this shit that you did.
It's tough because some of them right, they wasn't there at the time and shit
True,
like that.
but they benefited.
But their mentality is there. They had the same mentality though. They just not. You gotta realize it was more people acting on their problem. That what made it racist.
But now they're trying to whitewash the shit, like try to erase everything off the history Martin Luther King did.
That's tough, yeah.
But we know the history of Martin Luther King and slavery and how Martin Luther King got assassinated. Malcolm X too.
These brothers, but they whitewashed them brothers and told them dumbass motherfuckers to betray you.
Right. So in order for them to do that, they did some wild shit.
Burning, they used to burn burning people fucking yards. It's just like,
like imagine you wake up in the morning now and you see a cross burning on your lawn.
that's what I mean. That's just imagine living like this.
And the fact that the United Nations didn't do shit about that then either. You know what I'm saying? They wanted us to care about the people over in Germany and the Jews and all that, but when we needed it, did nobody come over and help us? They said, oh yeah.
Ain't nobody come help us.
Yeah, they're like, oh
Hold
yeah.
up. We don't want to say that. Ain't nobody come help slaves. Is that what you saying?
Yeah.
No.
It was a domestic issue too.
France, Canadians,
But they did just blow it the UN for when that girl first that girl had walked in that school, white school.
I mean, that's a good point. Like, slavery was real huge in America. But there was no other countries doing it, not like America was doing it. There was nobody saying was coming in to help black people. Like the humanitarian part of it. You feel me?
They didn't care.
They saw us as what that United States Congress said.
Hold on. Think about that for a minute.
Yeah, I do.
The world itself
say fuck us.
Watched black people get hung, enslaved, and they just watched it. There was no humanitarian effort to us.
None.
Now when I think about that, that's some crazy shit. Like you literally getting slaughtered, and no countries got together to come help us. As black people.
They piggybacked on us and they worked over to America.
I'm just thinking that that's some crazy shit. Because we won't sit back and watch that happen then without people going to help.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So just imagine that was going on. I just thought about the other countries let that happen too. Ain't that some shit?
Well, let's say, they used to look up to Hitler too.
Ouch. Yeah.
So
all of them feared.
They feared them, they liked them.
Stalin too. All them motherfuckers was racist. With Churchill, he wasn't no better. They didn't care. They let the German officers who they were fighting eat over a black officer who dying with you. When I read that shit, I was living. I was like, you serious? So we down here killing these motherfuckers, and we gotta eat the scraps. And this nigga's a whole prisoner of war. Y'all treat him like he God's gift. He the same motherfucker that we see y'all 2 days later, and you let him free, he gonna shoot you. I said, I couldn't have done it. That's why I said military was never for me.
Damn.
I never could have done it, because that right there didn't sit well with me. I read all that, and I went through it, and I looked at it. And then all the people came back home and started this. They were racism.
Yeah,
I went and gave my life, and now you put a motherfucking water hose on me?
They used to despise black men inside of uniform and shit. So they would get beat, they'd get shot and killed when they came back.
And even Vietnam vets came back, joined the police force, and did all that shit.
The Vietnam War, what they did was black people came back and they got nothing. That's what happened with that.
Them motherfuckers to the front line.
And they said, yeah, they did. They was in there,
fighting the war. To this day, I asked how the Vietnam War started. Couldn't nobody tell me. Not even the teacher. Like, what the fuck was we over there fighting them for?
Vietnam
They
War.
ain't had no weapons. What the fuck? But they showed y'all something. They showed y'all that the motherfucker with guts can always be the motherfucker with the best technology. Cause we used to having that atomic bomb and we ain't gonna use that motherfucker.
Right about that.
They had that the whole time. Could save the whole war. But you gotta go over there and fight in the bush.
Damn, son.
Right.
One thing about
who
me,
declared that war?
To this day, I don't know how.
What president
I think
declared
it
that war?
started the Enter Kennedy shit. The Kennedy died. And Johnson picked it up. It started with 67, 66. I don't know. I used to know
but that's, I don't know, man. It's just sometimes,
shit
like when you start thinking about how everything gets to now, you start looking like, what the fuck?
And people tell you it ain't been that long ago. I mean, it's been so long ago. It really isn't.
Nah.
Your grandma was born in 1920, and she died around 1990 or something like that. It ain't been that many years.
Ain't that long. We just
just
motherfucking stop. You start letting us drinking out the fucking water fountain 50 years ago. Like,
There you go.
that ain't shit.
So all this progress, something like that, that's not true.
They just started letting us drink out the water fountains, man.
I told you, we're going to take generations to get that out of there, man. That's what's going to happen if you teach the upcoming one different. And if y'all trying to say that y'all want to teach that because they don't want to look that differently, that's just stupid. You got to educate them as well so they don't follow the steps of their ancestors. But you can't tell certain people shit. That's why I say I don't fuck with the Mason-Dixon line. It's fine for a reason. You go down there, you better be prepared. Because I don't care how many people you know, that shit always surfaces.
Yeah, they tripping, son.
The ruler you get, where it's less technology and denser at, it's the worse it is.
And then come from the city. I'm from DC. I've been down here my whole life. I don't feel like I can last when people doing stuff like that. Like when you see clips of white people doing crazy, wild shit. Like up there, I seen a white lady just sit at a nigga table. Cause it wasn't no tables or some shit. And she just sat at a nigga table. Nah, y'all gotta get up. Nah, niggas gotta get up. Like, huh? But I can't see me in an environment where white people talk and act like that. You know what I'm saying? I just know I'm going to jail. It's like, I don't know how I can function in the atmosphere.
Have you ever seen that movie, Birth of a Nation?
Which one? The one the guy did or the original one? The original one was in the White House. That's the racist shit.
Oh yeah.
Which one?
There's two of them. One of them that I forgot his name. His name Nate Turner or something. He made it.
Nat Turner.
No, it was a guy who did it. Nate Parker. He did it. He did one, and that was 2018 or 17. He called Birth of the Nation.
Nah, it's older. It's a little older than that.
That one was trash.
Which one?
The one that just came out a few years ago.
The old one. I think it came out. The first one.
Yeah, that was trash. That was trash too. Yeah, people doing blackface in it.
Oh no, not that one.
Oh, okay.
No, it was the one with Nat Turner was in it, and he was a preacher. He was going different little spots, preaching the good word or whatnot. Then he was educated. So something happened. So he had to get whipped. that one time he never got whipped until this one time he got whipped. And when he did, it traumatized him. And he got smart, gathered up the rest of the slaves. They went to a spot. They was planning this out, planning that out. They went out, executed, went to the jump into the house, the slave house, killed the mother,
The third perspective.
killed the slave owners, killed the kids, threw them out the windows. They just went the fuck off. And ultimately he got caught and he got hung. Not only he got hung, they did some extra shit with his body, like take his head, put it on top of a flag, and go around the state with it. Shit like that, you know what I'm
Just
saying?
roll out with that one.
But the moral of it is that it's like he didn't really take that much shit. Like after that one whoop, that was it. He just snapped. But then, the Civil War had started about a few years right after that. And like a year or two right after that. And then some other shit happened. Not only that, another thing that happened, the Civil War started. He killed all the white people. Well, most of them.
He didn't get a lot of them. He was scared too.
Yeah, he was. Hell yeah, he was.
Then they got scared, and then they was eventually going to run up to a militia. They didn't have no help for that.
Right. So they did, and then they did run into a militia, and they got stuck. But somehow he got away.
Oh, yeah.
But
Motherfucker thought he sword on him. They thought he was the prophet and all that. But
right. So the other thing about it is that he had, like I said, he was educated. He went to school and all that. But after that, they wanted the slaves to be stupid. So they stopped the education for black people.
that was the owners. Certain owners wanted it. You got to think some owners live with their kids. So they wanted their kids to know something else. So, but some of them didn't. And when the owner died, and he was banging the mom all the time, the sister or the daughter that was married to the real white woman, they'd be jealous and sell them all for spiteful as shit. There was a lot of that going on, breaking up families.
There was a lot of everything was going on. Even white people was fucking the black slaves.
Yeah, that's how the mixed kids. That's how most of them got educated.
Right.
W. Du Bois and all them, they had white parents. But I'm wrong with that, you know what I'm saying? I get it, you know what I'm saying? You can't help it rape your child. It's still gonna be your child, you know. You gonna love them just the same. And what the fuck was they gonna do? You know, they had no weapons. They people they wanted to protect them getting fucked in the ass, butt breaking. Shit that all came from European. And people wondered, like somebody told me that Africa is the birth of homosexuality. I was like, how can that be? We didn't know about that shit till we got brought on this shit over here.
It's true.
They're like, no, Africa.
That gay shit been early
homosexuality.
times. Gay shit been going on.
And somebody told me it's the dawn time. I was like, okay.
No, that shit happened when they
Gay
got
activity, but I don't know what
they got
everybody is gay.
He's like,
they got
the
the activity came when they got on that boat and they came here because there was also shit going on. So not only they was doing the slave trade, they was also getting fucking like stupid with the slaves, like having orgies and shit. And it's no different from them. Remember the Guantanamo Bay? They had the prisoners doing the same shit, fucking each other in the ass. Like this, that's some sick shit.
But they were saying they worst over here. Everybody think that the Pilgrims was all the good people from the country. No, they were the worst. They opened their jails up and say, yo, look, you gotta go. Fuck out of here, go to America. And that's how it was. But then they got smart and was like, why the fuck y'all let us free? I'm gonna pay y'all. That's why they want their own country. But outside of that, man, the whole instance of America is just stupid. And the fact that the world saw it because they didn't care. That's why I be mad when they send us over there and Barack Obama talking about them. Like, man, that motherfucker didn't get two shits about it. They could intervene and stop this shit. cut the aid off to America. Like, look, y'all think y'all all that, we ain't gonna help y'all until y'all do right. That's all they had to do. Like, yeah, look, we ain't buying the weapons from y'all, we ain't taking none of y'all exports. You cut a motherfucking money off, they gonna straighten up. But the country didn't do that, you know. And matter of fact, they were happy because America's taking money from them. We could print money. Why the fuck do we owe China so much money? Owe China a lot of money. Yeah, we beefing with China.
Always. That was your boy Red Demon had an issue with them boys.
The fucked up part about it.
Ironic too.
Yeah, the fucked up part about it, they'll trade them, but still from Africa.
Africa, they don't respect Africans. So.
Right.
And Africans, a lot of that to happen too. A lot of them was telling me, a lady at work told me from Sierra Leone, she wrote that shit down for me. She's like, her country president took the money to make her people take the vaccine. So they gave him a lot of money to force his people to take the vaccine.
This
She
vaccine?
Said, yeah, the vaccine for COVID. And she was like,
who knows if it's the same shit?
Yeah, that's what she was saying. She's like, when they gave the vaccine, a lot of people were dying how they got the vaccine. And I thought she was on a little conspiracy tip, but she had fact to prove it did. A lot of these people did die to receive it. So I don't know if it was a bad batch. She think that it was genocide warfare. She was like,
genocide warfare.
Yeah, they want to get rid of them, so they give them that, and they lacing it with something that's killing them. She said she was telling her daughter not to take it, but she like they got them on curfew, mandatory curfew. She's like it's different there because they got to get up in the morning and go get work and bring stuff in. He's like, they don't let them out like 7 in the morning. She's like, the day over, you know, they got to start at 4. You can't leave out at 7. You got to be in by 11, 10. She was wild because I ain't never think about it from another person's aspect. But she broke that shit down for me, you know what I'm saying? She was like, it's deeper than what y'all think. She's like, all the countries not poor. They show y'all that on TV. She's like, they have gold, diamonds, and all that. It's the people in charge misuse that shit.
That's what I was getting at.
Same thing with main man Haiti. Yeah. These people run these countries. They make it so they can't get taken out of office. They take all the money, hoard it. The kids, everybody, they run around with all the money. Yeah, gold guns. You know what I'm saying? So
and fucking kids run around the streets with pistols.
They don't care about that till they come in their room.
You don't get some. Like you said, this shit got forces surrounding around people.
Yeah, the army alone got to get them. Got to say, fuck it.
They own the army. That's the whole key to it. You know? Putting a democratic system in there with a president in there, it don't make sense if the army ain't gonna follow the whoever in charge. They're gonna follow the general. So therefore, it's always gonna be a mutiny in there.
And you know what's next door to them is the DR. So the DR right next door. They kind of. I remember when it was going through that shit. What was that? 2 years ago. People were coming up missing and shit.
World affairs complicate me because America quick to go help another motherfucker out, and I'm like, how y'all so righteous? Why don't y'all fix shit at home first, then go branch out? But I realize it's more profit in us fighting other people, so they gotta give us something to do. Some motherfuckers just like to march. Even though I think marching is the dumbest shit you can do, motherfucker wants to march, and they give them a reason to march. Same thing with the white people, they need something to bitch about. You abortion, or this. There's always something for the South people to always bitch about. It's like they never happy. Through all of history, they never happy. You want slavery, we deem slavery is not right. So y'all get mad and make Jim Crow, which is even worse.
What's just going on now?
Yeah, and I'm like, and then you can't see people be happy. They don't need you. You gotta make it so they do need you. That's when the welfare and the government come in. I'm like, it's obvious what you're doing. You say you're staying out of it, and we fucking ourselves up. But you put shit in place to keep fucking with it. And yeah, you could dangle a carrot and tell the motherfucker don't eat it. But motherfucker get hungry enough, they're gonna eat the carrot. That's us. You know, we get hungry enough, we don't think. We think too short-sighted. I hate that shit. I read it, so I'm like, yeah. We get run some shit, like you said.
I don't understand. All right, hold on, back up. Like the food stamp thing. And what you say? Assistance?
Yeah, welfare assistance.
How did that? Oh, I'm confused on that one. How does that? What you said that changed? That what that do?
Yeah, it kind of fucked us up, man. It made people start depending on the system instead of themselves. Like before that, everybody worked, everybody stayed in the family home, everybody helped the family get on their feet. When that happened, motherfuckers started being independent. They're like, oh well, we can live in the projects and it's cheap. Not knowing that before we was always in a home. Like my grandma stayed in the house. She didn't get to the projects till the 70s. That's a lot of years in her life. She was going in the 20s.
Yeah,
So I'm trying to figure this out, and then I saw that happen a lot. I love my aunt, but that bitch ain't never worked a day in her life. Ain't nothing wrong with her. She been on assistance. I mean, she got no illness. She ain't mentally, she ain't physically. She ain't never worked a day in her life. You gotta make that make sense to me, and I see that a lot from that generation right now.
The other part of this,
and not that gave them an option, and not to better themselves.
The other thing about that is back in the 70s, going back to the 70s with the welfare system, they used to have the social workers go check the house to see if the father was in there. Because they don't want you ain't want you to be on the system and you got a man living in the house.
Yeah.
That's another thing. I stipulate that. You need the father figure. All this that was done then is just now being corrected.
The problem is, if there's a father figure there, you're gonna be on food stamps.
There you go.
Yeah, that's the thing.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
So if they give you food stamps, it's not. You can't have somebody there.
Well, that's not true now. You got 7 kids, and it's only him working.
That's why they giving you food stamps. Because you got 7 kids and no husband.
No.
There's nobody in the house with you.
Yeah, you do got a husband.
But now you got somebody running in and out of there. We got to evaluate this. You know what I'm saying? Now take some of this off.
So she's going to be socially lonely, but
now in the 90s,
hey, that's her fault.
In the
That's
80s.
the thing I be telling people. You be thinking people having food stamps. It's a strings attached to all that shit.
Yep.
People coming in your house first of all for the housing shit. They come there. They gotta come inspect them joints.
They gotta come inspect them.
Before you get there, inspect it.
And then they gotta come and see and make sure you ain't got nobody laying in that motherfucker too. In other words, you under the government eye. Who wanna live like that? All right, second, food stamp, the max you gotta have a ton of kids to get some food stamps. Right?
Now you do.
You're not really doing anything.
Back then, you was good.
Like none of this shit is making your life like a fucking.
Now you don't. But back then you used to get about $800 or $900 worth of food stamps in the booklets.
It doesn't make sense for people to think, all right, that fuck black people up because it's nothing. You're not getting anything. It's nothing there. You're not doing anything. That's why everybody that's on this shit ain't living nowhere probably in the projects.
That's where they want to stay at.
No, you're not making no sense.
How you figure that?
That's everybody that's on food stamps.
No, that's not.
And on assistance. You on assistance because, first of all, assistance in general and food stamps for people is in need, in help. Okay. They need help, right?
Okay, and it's all in the project, right?
Huh?
Everybody who needs
and that's
help
why they're looking at it as a single parent need help or something. A girl, a young lady. They're not looking at it as a couples. You know what I'm saying? They're not seeing it as that.
So why is that? Right?
So when they get a girl help, when they get a girl help for food stamps to make sure these kids eat, you know what I'm saying, or give her a voucher to have a roof over the kid's head, that's not mean they're giving you money to have a party house. So they're gonna check your house. You're not living free under this stuff.
But the other thing is TANF. TANF, the acronym of TANF is temporarily, circle that one, assistance for needy families. The circle of temporarily means exactly what it is. Temporarily. Not your kids start from birth and go all the way up to 18 and you on TANF. That's not what that was supposed to be for.
Oh my God.
That's not what it's for. It's temporarily, meaning short period until you get on your feet. And then you gotta take your ass out there to work.
That's my point. If you saying it shouldn't be there, then that's a whole nother debate, right? If you saying it shouldn't be no food stamp, it shouldn't be no assistance, it shouldn't be no safety net, that's another debate though, right? If you saying it shouldn't be none of that.
I think when they gave that option to all people, a lot of people changed their mindset from it. And I don't know where y'all live at, but I can name 50 or more people. I can name 200 people I know since that came out, and they all in their 50s and 60s. It's only that age bracket. I've never seen had a job. After they realized they had that, they worked that shit to the motherfucking best of their ability. And I'm knowing that my grandma used to work at a social service. And I get what you're saying. Yeah, it's only there for people without a man and all that. But I get that. But when you give somebody an option of that, they going to just they confident with it.
But then when time
they raise their kids, the kids.
Yeah, but
on
top of that, you being watched.
Yeah,
you feel me?
You are getting watched.
It ain't just like you free out here no more.
Once a year, you switch it up.
Ain't no what you don't even know when that's gonna be though.
But
in other words, your house is under Vegas. That's not good.
Vegas. So as time went on, like you had the situation. Okay, the father in the household, and then you was getting assistance.
Yeah, one nigga selling coke, and then she was getting assistance. Everything was good.
Right. So the other thing, there you go. But how did she get that assistance? They worked the system. And how they worked the system, they put on the paperwork that dad is deceased.
And then another thing is,
She gotta do all that. She gotta do say she don't know what dad is.
Oh, that's it.
That's it. I seen a lot of people do that.
And another thing, they have to constantly be looking for jobs or in schools, man. It ain't just.
They're not doing that now.
I'm talking about late 70s, all the way to the 80s.
I'm talking about right now.
And some of the 90s. I ain't seen none of it.
Like right now, they can't have it without going to school or having a job. And then if you have a job, they taking some of it off by how much you making. So it ain't no just a normal. You just sit back and you get fat and cooking and eating eggs crabs and shit all day.
And watching Bold and Beautiful and Price is Right.
Eating script all day. It ain't that simple, Slim.
I mean, if you've been in the system long enough, most of them cash it out and like that.
It's not even enough money for you to even live happy and healthy. You know what I'm saying? You
watching Maury and shit.
You need more food.
Watching Maury and trash TV and shit. Sitting at home and shit.
Now I know what you're saying. Like, for example, y'all know I was in the shelter in 2015, but there's a lot of people in that joint either still in them joints now that I noticed, or didn't get any place out of that. I get what you're saying, but it's there for a reason. Now the people that don't use it right, that's a whole nother topic.
I'm just saying you do that into the hood for a reason.
It ain't just in the hood though. Food stamp, white people use food stamps.
I seen a lot of Anglo-Saxon
white people use food stamps more than we do. They probably don't even press them out like they press us out. They press us out to have a job or be in school or some other shit.
You gotta do a lot of things.
They probably just give the shit to white man.
Back in the day, DC jump, all you gotta do is say you home, they eat food stamps off the break. You do jump the next day. Like,
same thing with the seniors.
Mm-hmm.
Like some of this shit, you need this stuff, man. You don't want your seniors out in the street dead or all day, old people out in the street, nowhere to live, no food, none of this shit. So you gotta take care of seniors and shit. Gotta be taken care of, though. Before that was, they had that, they was out there dying in the streets, man. So that's some of this shit you have to add. You know what I'm saying? Some of it. Some of these regulations be on the doing too much level. Yeah. You're doing way too much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, basically. I get the big banks to hand out. Regular people need one too. So I need my full stimulus check.
Hey, if he talking about stimulus, pass them out, my Negro.
I need that full.
The black lady,
the
talk to him. You both be talking about another one.
Okay.
I think it's gonna be a 1,400 some shit.
But this said something about I finally got word on the taxes. They gonna put a hold on that.
I got my shit back.
What tax?
You might not. Some people might not get it until next year.
Yeah, I know. I ain't seen my shit. It's been like 5 months.
You might.
What taxes that, man?
If you file next year, you might get this year and next year back. Shit.
Y'all owe me some bread. I need that. Stop getting stuff. Book stuff. I need all that. Maryland too. But no, Maryland sent me my shit. Federal holding me up. I need that. Come on, feds. You know.
Yeah, federal gonna be a little while.
Shit, that's low, pal. I don't even check that out. Damn, my shit ain't never gonna get.
Yeah, I read an article.
Yeah, go eat steak and lobster. You know. Show up.
I read an article a few weeks ago about that. They said they're gonna put them on hold until they can get these.
It's time to buy shit like right before Christmas and shit. They gonna release a lot of money. They want
maybe.
They need the economy to stay up. You know what I'm saying? Right now they're trying to get people working. So every place out there is hiring jobs. So any person need a job, put out in. You gonna get a call back because that shit been booming. So right now they want everybody to work. Once they do that, then they're gonna level it up because they want motherfuckers to spend. They already know they're gonna release that housing shit by the end of the year. A lot of people gonna be fucked. So I know a lot of people ain't paying no rent in like 2 years. And nothing to show for it. I don't know how you ain't got no rent money. You gotta save your money like you paying rent.
Grace?
Well,
That's what I would have did. I was like, all right, I ain't gotta pay you this. I'm put this motherfucker in the cash account right here. So
I'll tell you what we've been doing. Okay. All right. We're not going to get people to get put out. Okay. We're not going to get people put out. On the 1st, that rent money is in that motherfucking money order. And that shit is at that door every month since the pandemic started. We is not stupid. Because as soon as they lift that shit up, they gonna be like, damn, you owe rent money for about the past 13, 14 months, motherfucker. Where that money at?
Basically.
But guess what? I don't know. Gonna get your ass put out in the snow too.
You know? ASAP.
And that's the time they love to put people out in the cold. They put your ass out between those.
That's what I say, man.
February.
Nah, that's against law though. I think it's 30 degrees.
yeah, you can put out hypothermia.
Anything under 30 degrees,
And
you can't do it.
It's like pouring down rain. You can't do it.
You gotta give them somewhere to say. That's the funny thing. I learned that, like, man, I don't know if I told y'all that. That day I got in the shelter was like the last 30-degree day. It was 29. It was like the last day of the degrees. For real. It was hotter than it started getting hot.
Yeah, like you said earlier, they don't want people dying.
They let me in that joint at 29. Yeah, it was 29 degrees.
I was working one of them jumps. They go pick up people.
Yeah, that night they get 29.
The UPO jump?
Yeah, they go. They gotta make you off the street.
Yeah.
Or if you're in a tent or something, they give you like a hypothermic blanket.
Or if you go to where I go, Vanessa Williams, not Vanessa Williams,
Virginia.
I went to Virginia Williams. Yeah, that's where I went, matter of fact. And yeah, it was 29 degrees. And so it was, you got to stay in here. We're going to find a way for you. Like that. I'm like, all right, fuck it.
I mean, they got emergency rooms, but no matter what, they got to let you in. Even if you don't get to sleep,
because it was 29 degrees, yeah.
Yeah, they make you stay inside.
They used to, the lady under the Pennsylvania Avenue Bridge, rest in peace.
I know, yeah.
She, they had her name all over the radio and TV too. February.
That's that bullshit, because, dang it.
She was in that joint for
like
about
me and my
20
son
years.
used to stop past it. We probably had it once or twice. But I always wanted to get out and I wanted him to talk to him, but he never was the age of it. Like now he is the age to talk to her, but she's gone now. But we were going past that joint, he like 4, 5, 6. And he always be like, she always out there, you know what I'm saying? And I always be like, yo, you gotta work, you gotta work every day and make sure you don't be like that, you know what I'm saying? And I always wonder why all these police officers driving past this joint, 5 trucks, everybody driving past this joint, you see this lady every day doing shit. Police station right 2 blocks away from the joint and watching the bitch out the window. It ain't getting her off the street. It's just like, that shit irks me too. Those same police, you can't tell me if you're a police officer in DC, your ass ain't rose past that girl.
Everybody.
You're not gonna tell me that, dog.
I know I used to.
It's not one precinct. I don't give a fuck what precinct you was in. You rode past her before.
Oh hell yeah!
You see what I'm saying? So, and for the fact that you rode past her makes you a piece of shit.
I mean, you can't. You
was a police officer.
I understand that. What do you want them to do?
You a police officer?
What do you want them to do?
Figure it out.
How? If I take you off the street and I come back the next day,
You're the police officer. Figure this one out.
Do?
You know what I'm saying? Not.
You said she's been out there all that time.
So you're a police
you
officer.
You know somebody that tried to help her.
Or firemen. Or people that volunteer to do things to help people.
Yeah, they do.
Why would you drive past this person then?
Because you can't say
every day though. And go to a job and act like you can.
She was under that motherfucker.
You see what I'm saying?
She was under that.
I get that.
She was under that job for 20 years.
Exactly.
Her, though. If she got mental illness,
no. You mental illness. How bad can the mental illness be then? She can't make her way back to there if you get her the fuck from there, then, right?
That's all she wants. That's all she want to be. There's a lot of people in DC that just want to be outside.
No. Especially when it was freezing. That bitch ain't want to be out there. She had like 30 motherfucking covers and shit, yeah. You know what I'm saying?
David gave her a bed.
Like nigga,
they gave her a mattress.
You're a police officer. You gonna take her to a shelter every night if you had.
They gave the girl a mattress, a queen size mattress.
That's what you here for? To serve and protect, nigga. Why would you drive past a lady every single day?
It was always on her.
Because
it's always an emergency shelter for females.
I'm not saying that.
I like that. Well, she
What I'm saying is, how can you be a nurse or in an ambulance or a police officer or a fireman, and you literally been wilding past this lady for 20 years?
I get out and then she say, I don't
But
want that.
you going in and you punching in, now you care. Now you see what I'm saying?
And she punches out.
Now you care about people? But you driving past the lady, you just drove past her.
Yeah.
To come to work.
Not just her, a lot of people they drove by.
It doesn't matter. That's my point though. Like, how can you this be your job? And that's what you do.
You got the other guy that's
Especially police and shit. You ride past this shit way more than ambulance
What
and
you
shit.
want to do?
You got
Like niggas, like you
What do you
keep
want to
seeing
do?
this bitch.
Stop your money? That's it? That's what you do?
No.
What, take her, arrest her?
Hit you up. First of all, you let them know. First of all, she laying in the middle of the fucking street. This is against the law anyway.
Alright, so you want to arrest
So,
her?
excuse me, lady. I'm gonna have to take you to a jail cell if you won't go to the shelter with me. That was the first conversation.
Alright,
So to me, either she gonna be in the jail or in the shelter. She not laying in this fucking street.
So you do that every day for 365 days a week?
Eventually, she gonna stop.
No, she not.
She not gonna keep finding a way.
Probably not. She been doing outside
Eventually,
20 years.
To me, she gotta have some sense if she found her way back to there.
Yeah.
All right, then. Nobody
That's all
taking
she
her
know.
from there.
That's all she knows.
There's nobody picking her up and saying, "Get in the car. You going this way."
Some people just want
She ain't found her way back to there, Slim. How she getting back there?
Instead of begging some motherfucking fight for some money,
She ain't know where it's at.
Help me out.
No, police officers ain't trying. I ain't got nothing to stop.
I know regular people used to go
A lot of people
past.
should stop past to give her hot coffee and all type of shit.
Yeah, hot coffee, bag groceries.
And tell her, hey, we ready to get off the street, let us know. But she ain't never let nobody know. I know.
Nah, she-
But that's not the thing.
thing.
But if you're a police officer, it's not asking her, it's getting her. You see what I'm saying?
They're not social.
If you're a motherfucking fireman, I mean, what is y'all job then?
I'm fine.
Come on, man.
Police
It's to
are
save
there.
people. You should be in this job because you like saving people. How can you drive past a bitch that's laying on a fucking curve?
Been out there.
I just don't get it. Raining on the bitch, like you just drive past, like going to work, like fuck.
Yeah, I guess so.
Like what the fuck is that?
You out there, you want to be out there. You ain't trying hard enough. Like you tell your son, you need to work
And
hard.
it's fucked up how she died because she died right there. She had
I mean, you
she
gotta
had,
know
she
the
had,
message that's gonna happen.
she had hypothermia.
You can't live that long in that cold like that, Slim. They used to get her off the street though. Somebody was coming to get her when it's freezing outside, Slim. Somebody was getting her off the street. She was probably going to the shelter then.
That's what they do. A lot of life is in the shelter.
There's no way the police officer can drive past her below zero. How we still doing that, dog? Jay, real. Talk to me though, yo. It's 10 degrees and you drive past this bitch laying in the street outside. It's not nothing covering this bitch. It's just bad air. And you just drive past as a police officer. I just don't get that, dog. I mean, I don't know. I would never be a police officer. But I would think that you being a police officer, fireman, and riding around the ambulance, you care about people. I would think.
Yeah, talk to them.
That's why you're doing it. I don't know.
So they see you black, put that gun on.
But I met a few firemen and ladies. I don't know then. Maybe not. You know what I'm saying?
All right,
Maybe they don't care about
you got that. Then you had a situation a few years ago where a guy, I think he had a stroke. He died right in front of the fire station over at Rhode Island Avenue.
For real?
Yeah. He was like, help me. And
Okay, yeah.
they was just sitting there looking at him.
Yeah.
Then they had to get questioned, why y'all ain't do this, why y'all ain't do that. Then the chief of that particular joint had to resign and they tried to fire her and all that. But, you know, why go through that? If that's your job, that's what you're supposed to do.
You know what I'm saying, dog? That's like a motherfucker nigga going to work and ride past a fire and hit fire. Just ride past the joint, motherfucker screaming and shit. You just, I ain't even get to work yet, bitch. Just look around, y'all. Just don't care, nigga. Like what?
A while back, you know, I knew people that had a CPR, you know, took CPR, they had the braces. It said any issues happen around them and they're aware of it, they gotta attend to it, no matter what they do.
Exactly, you know? We're expecting you to do that shit. God damn. You know?
It's that air, cuz.
You know? You know, hey, can't nobody match the grind, dog. Hey, y'all heard about Ray J and Wendy Williams?
Oh, you smashed?
Yeah, they smashed.
What the fuck?
Wendy Williams like me young.
And Ray J like them old, so that's it right there. Ray J used to fuck with Whitney back in the day.
That is so nasty.
That Whitney Williams is nasty. That is
That is so nasty.
Just bone.
It just don't.
You smash.
Who?
You.
Smash what? Whitney Williams?
Yeah, you smash.
Oh my god.
I'd rather kiss the
She
toys.
passed the grandma stage too. It's just looking at her like she's just a person. He ain't turning me on. It's nothing.
Yeah, man,
What are you doing?
Memphis man, fuck that. You fuck it too.
Oh nah, yeah.
Ooh. Why?
He said, no, he's not. Fuck that. No. Couldn't do that. At all.
Mm-mm.
Hey, Ray J, why would you stop fucking with... Oh, nah, I don't know what they doing there, yeah. You know what I'm saying?
April was getting on the nerve that bad?
God damn. That's her name? Nah, her name. Man, she bad as
Not
fuck,
April.
though.
What was the other one?
Princess.
Bad.
Princess.
Shit, Slim. Fuck what you heard. You gonna fuck with this bitch.
She got on his nerve.
We already know that's a business move. If he fucking with her, that's a business move.
I keep telling you why the regulars be winning over y'all fine ass big black ladies that my man Rabbit love. Because the regular Jones ain't gonna stress you as much. You pretty bitches is a headache. Niggas ain't got time for that.
That's a business
You
move
don't,
right
you
there.
don't suck enough, you don't fuck enough. You gotta make a nigga jump to 1,000 hoops just because you think your body all that.
And you know
You
what
get
model?
your okie doke jump, man, ain't down for that.
You know what model? Can't no girl suck enough.
No,
One girl can't do
You
it.
got your Lizzos.
One girl
You know what I'm
can't do
saying? You got
it.
your Ugaroos that pick you down.
One girl can't do it. Not for no life.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I'm saying, dog? When you get in a relationship, you expect the bitch to do that for life? Nah, it's not impossible.
It's not hard.
Nah.
She's supposed to spit on it.
Yeah, it get real funky, and then you look
Get
at her,
real
like,
funky.
and then you look at her as your wife after that. Hey,
That's why she stayed away.
you treat your girl like a complete porn whore, and then look at her. Hey, baby, you fixing lunch tonight? Fixing dinner tonight? Hey, that's one thing I can't do. I cannot treat no.
Yeah, I got
It got to be the basic, whatever's basic. Just do that. You know what I'm saying? I cannot smack her. I can't flip her. I can't do it.
You can't do it.
No, can't smooch. You can't hold your head down. Can't do none of that. Not you. 'Cause I'm not gonna look at you right. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna look at you right no more after that, Jay. You gonna remind me of them.
I mean, she can suck your dick and spit
You
it
gotta
out.
remind me of a wife, yo, because you know that's gonna be a
She
problem.
can suck your dick and spit it up in the air like and do tricks with it.
Man, no.
Oh,
Spit it up in the air and catch it.
Don't do it. Not the wifey. Hey, let me know who out there. Leave a message. Let me know if you're letting your wifey expand the sexual
Desires.
appetite. You know what I'm saying? What y'all let her do? Do the whole nine, pull her toys out and everything. You know what I'm saying?
I stuck you all the way out. All the way.
She gonna fuck
Huh?
around, put
I
what?
stuck your right way out.
You call that stepping up?
All it out. All that freaky shit, man. Grab the shoulder, grab the head. You know what I'm saying? Dunk it.
Oh my God.
You gotta dunk her a few times. Like, you gotta take all this. Stop faking. Go. You gotta do all that.
Hey.
Put the ring on, you got to. That's it. You got to always drop on.
That ain't good.
You gotta do the rest of that shit the rest of your life. Listen to that.
Hey, don't listen to him out there. I'll tell y'all right now.
You don't such your wife out, you gotta such your wife out.
Can't slut her out, dog. Well, still look at her the same. How y'all do that?
Look at her friend. Like, yeah, good job last night, babe.
Wow. You got some nut right there too. Take that out. You tell your girl, hey, write that out too, baby. I left that in yet.
Good shot, got that out, baby.
I don't know, man. I don't know
That's
if I
all
can treat her
right.
like a slut
That's
and
all right.
not look at her like
That's
that.
all right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's all right. You just think of it as olive
Let me
Olay.
turn this down. Hold on, let's back this up.
Think of it as olive Olay on her face. She getting,
Hold on.
she exfoliating her face with your nut.
All right, let me let's touch on this a little bit. Now, This is your bum now. This is your wife. This is your girl. This is your baby mama.
Allegedly, you know what I'm saying? I ain't picking.
Are you putting that nut lotion on her face and wiping it in?
Yeah.
It's getting massaged then?
Put it in her face like after shit.
You know? You choke your baby girl?
Yeah, I got to do that
You be choking bitches too.
And then I like, we talking about she got allowing kids as well.
Okay, so now so far, we choking our lady.
Yeah, got it.
This the main one now.
Yeah.
We choking her, smacking her, spitting on her. And then after that, what y'all do? Go get dinner? Hey, was I dressed classical after that? Go get your suit, baby. Hey, baby, you get that good jewelry too. Make sure you know what I'm saying, clean yourself up. Oh my God.
After that, you go old school, go scissors.
I could not slut out my baby. Not the main one. Because that's the problem. Like, I wouldn't be able to look at her the same anymore. The fact that she know how to slut, it will be a problem too. Then the fact that I'm doing that slutting activity,
Hey, look.
it's just so sitting there with me. Yeah?
Hey, look.
That may be a birthday and Christmas type shit.
Hey,
See what I mean? No. Christmas is like, surprise, baby, I'm gonna give you head tonight. That type shit.
think of
Christmas,
it.
okay, that's cool.
Think of it as.
Every night, my dick in your mouth.
Think of it as you slutting each other out, and then at least she's slutting you out.
Slutting your baby out.
At least she's slutting you out.
So you can't get mad when nigga on that forklift at work. It's forklifting your baby. She getting forklift at work because everything is good now. She's so into this sex thing. You got her skeeting on the chin and everything now. It's like, I would do it with somebody else. You know what I'm saying? That was see how it is. You know? You can't be ashamed. You can't be ashamed. You can't be mad because you already done
If you're
schooled.
ain't want to come out, I'll know that before you get this ring.
You already done put in baby training. You had her trained up. Slowly trained her every year. 3 days a week, like you said. Trained up real good. And when that nigga met her 5 years after you trained her, she was all beast. She was all beast, nigga. And that's your wife. Your wife should not be able to do nothing good, nigga. As far as I'm concerned, she should be the worst at sucking dick. She should be the worst at anything. Every time y'all have sex, you be like, baby, this shit is just terrible sex. Turn around, I'm gonna go and hit it from back. Like, it shouldn't be happy. She should not be a slut. Hey, I'm not calling all you ladies sluts because you get your man head. You know what I'm saying? But it gotta be a special occasion.
It's only one occasion.
I just wouldn't be able to look at the same.
And that's to put that facial.
You look like those girls now to me.
And that's to put that facial mask on your
So
face.
that's what I'm trying to tell you. If you train your lady,
I don't know that.
no, you train her, remember?
No, I ain't trained. She probably knew that shit. I just emphasized. I said this how.
Can't train them. You can't train them to do that. If you're doing it 3 times a week for 5 years, you done trained her.
Now
Hey, and y'all putting her toys out too. Y'all going to the arenas too, ain't you? See what I'm saying? You can't be mad when you got bees up your man girl butt and pulling the things out of arenas. Right, Jay? She's trained up real good now for a nigga like me to slide in that work. You know what I'm saying? She a beast to me. You had to teach her along the way. She a beast. No, nigga, thanks. See, my girl, you get in and fuck with somebody, they be like, bitch, this bitch cannot fuck. You know what I'm saying? This bitch is the worst. Go ahead back to your husband. Get the fuck out of here. Fuck wrong with you? Y'all niggas girl be in there swinging from fine lids and shit. Nigga fell in love with your bitch. About to take this down from you, nigga. Fuck wrong with you? You train up well. I like it. Hey, the third perspective. We appreciate everybody. Hey, 9,500. 9,500. Down, please. Jay, real. Anything we want to say before we get out of this piece? You know, they don't know about this go-go. I love giving people go-go.
night. Be safe. Have a nice summer. Do your thing. And slut your girls out.
You know?
Let them out good.
Hey, what's the day? Wednesday?
We check out
Catch you
Sunday.
Sunday live, 9 o'clock. Catch your boys 2 days a week. Nobody matched the grind. DC hustle, nigga. 2 days a week. 6 hours. Can't stop the hustle. I ain't miss a week in almost, a year and a half now? What it do? Catch your boys. Hey, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts at. Twitch, Twitter, YouTube. Holler at your boy. You know?